This is a warning to all living mortals, that who shall ever open this chest of demons will release 13 of the most terrifying ghosts upon the face of the earth. Okay, cut it. This isn't going to work. Let's try some nostalgia bait.
It's mighty strange. You looking at the leading range. I can't settle this in bed. Or have you picked your target yet? It's ending. Don't your dog bite? It's ending.
Okay, that was better. But let's try something a bit more cinematic.
Hey, where my broken arrows at? They try to tell us we can't fly. Like we too broken or something. I mean, I'd rather let them know. Hold up, hold up, hold up. My squad about to roll up. Hold up, hold up. My squad about to roll up. Get them balls up. Get them balls up. Get them balls up. Get them balls up. Hold up. Hold up, my squad about to roll up. Hold up, my squad about to roll up. All the way up, get them balls. 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 All the way up. Broken arrows get bows up. Sometimes I pray with my nose up, thinking about when the world crumbles and my whole squad just goes up. Whoa. Ain't gotta worry, we straight like an arrow, yeah. Ain't gotta worry about faith, nope. I'm on that straight and the narrow, yeah. I just go straight like an arrow, yeah.
Yeah, that's the shit I like. Let's start the Barroom podcast. Take it away, Jacob.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to what may be the very last episode of the Barroom podcast.
Oh.
Or not. I can be completely wrong.
Uh-oh.
We could be back here again.
Scheduling issue?
We'll talk about it later. How you guys doing? We're here for episode 164 of the Barroom here tonight, and I got people with me. We have what are we calling you now? Cider? Are we calling you like the Gatorade mascot? What are you doing?
I am become Gatorade.
Destroy worlds.
Gatorade incarnate. As you can see, I have been carbonically frozen in Gatorade, as any man would wish to be.
Mm-hmm. So is this like an Andros thing? Like instead of making yourself a giant floating monkey head, you just turn yourself into a giant bottle of Gatorade?
Something like that. It's more like Buzz Lightyear having a crisis of identity when he realizes he's a copy. You know.
Well, that's a thing. Also joining us here is our good buddy Eddie Brock. How's it going there, Edward?
You just started.
Yes, somewhere deep in Robo.
Are you in the woods burying a body?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's why I brought up school.
It's the mountains in California, but yeah.
Your internet suggests that you are in a wooded area and perhaps carrying a shovel.
Yeah. It sounds like you are literally somewhere in the superhuman cyber squad right now.
All the references. Let's go.
It's someone who has definitely watched. Yeah, okay, you're gonna.
And I'm muted, so
you're gonna have to fix that, brother. And then someone
connection was from 2003 at the school library. Jeez.
So someone was calling us from Tech TV in 2002.
How do I reset my router?
Use it. That zero.
No.
Hey, someone who definitely watched Big Bag Beetleborgs as a kid. Rob Motto, how's it going?
I'm good. I don't know what that is, but
You don't know what the
better that
Big
you
Bag
don't.
Beetleborgs are? It's like the greatest reference of kids who are definitely too old to remember what that should be.
probably
Reference of
like I
kids.
think I did watch it, but it's been very long, and I'm 36 years old, so I'm excited because football coming back in 2 days.
Yeah.
Football already started last Saturday.
That's not real football, but yeah, that's
It's
fine.
real football.
We
have stadium pulse, sir. We have stadium pulse.
Yeah. No, and look, there's a lot of people who love college football. I can watch the occasional game, like if I have nothing to watch on a Saturday before the NFL starts or before Sunday, it's like, yeah, like I'll definitely watch it, like a good game. But for whatever reason, I just lose interest. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm excited that football in general is back, and particularly the NFL. But yeah, I've just been watching a lot of football movies to start September. I watched 102 movies in August, so that was probably one of the highest months I've had. So, my workouts are going great. I feel super positive about them. I've made a lot of positive changes in my life. So yeah, things are going really well for me. My kind of busy season is starting at work. So
Yeah, man.
all good stuff. Even though the movies suck and pop culture is at a complete like cultural low point, my personal life is going really well.
All right. Hey, we like to hear it. The world's gone to shit, but Rob's having a good time with it. That's good.
At least Rob's having a positive time before the complete and total downfall of the world. So there you go. There's positives everywhere. You got to look at the positives here, people.
Exactly.
Here's probably the only scene from Beetleborgs that I can show you that won't immediately get copyright claim from Hasbro. So here you guys go.
Hasbro. Oh, we're definitely taken down now.
I feel like I did watch this. I
Yeah,
was looking
we
at
stayed home from school
Power
sick.
Rangers, you know?
Yeah. They were trying so hard.
So this was like mid 90s. Everyone was trying to come up with a Power Rangers clone.
Well,
Saban
Saban.
Animorphs somehow. I don't know.
No,
Okay,
No, that was Nickelodeon.
I tried.
no. Saban did this one. They did another one with the alien tattooed alien teenagers from Beverly Hills, and that was god awful on top of this. And the Beetleborgs was a very annoying thing because B-Fighter in Japan is, of course, way over the top and ridiculously dramatic. And Saban's solution to that was, let's stick dead Jay Leno into the middle of that and give him just as good comedy.
It was kind of rough. It was kind of rough.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Let's introduce all of our people joining us here for the chat for this show. Leslie Tarkin is here with us here today. Another Swiftie stream. Yeah, we might upset a few people today because I don't know if you guys know this, but Taylor Swift fans are psychotic. Like, they literally can't function in society. They probably should be locked away in a padded room somewhere. We'll get to that as the show goes on here.
Not all of them, but like the majority, definitely.
The overwhelming majority, and by that I mean all of them. Yeah, the reason why we were a couple minutes late is that I completely forgot to actually set up the show on YouTube and Rumble before we went live, so I had to go do that so we can actually have a show here tonight. So we are live on all three platforms now, only because I kind of dragged my ass a little bit there. Leslie Tarkin's here. Who else we got here? Lisa Dawn is here as well. Yeah, right on time. Who else do we got for tonight's show? Kirk is joining us on tonight's show so far. Yeah, Eddie Brock, I don't know if he'll try to get back into us right now, but he definitely does not have the internet to handle all the bandwidth for tonight's show. Who we got? Rooftop Korean is joining us here. Oh yeah, so did anyone watch Bill Belichick's first game last night? I did. The first drive, everything looked good. It's 6 minutes, drove right down the field, scored a touchdown. It's like, okay, we're off to a hot start. TCU then went on to score 41 unanswered points, and by halfway to third quarter, everyone in the stadium left. So that's how
I just want to point this out about football in general. Everybody overreacts whenever the team goes right down the field and scores a touchdown. You're supposed to. You've game planned all week to attack this defense. You should do that. And it's like in a lot of games you'll have that happen where the team comes out and scores and then they get blown out by 31. Or, it's close, but then they like lose by 10 or 17 in the second half. And so it's just like it's one of those like clear signs where it's like, okay, just breathe. Watch the whole game. That's 4 quarters.
Yeah, that whole program is going to be a shit show for the entire year with Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend. It's going to be glorious, let's put it that way. Early super chat here. Brooklyn Brown says, do you think that movies can come back even with AI? I think the industry is dead. I think they're all just flailing at this point. They're like someone who's drowning and is trying to get back to surface level, but only realize they're sinking further. And it's only going to be a matter of time before they realize they can't get back up, and then it's over. So yeah, that's the thing that's going to happen. What else do we have here? Lisa Dawn contemplating leaving this early in Brooklyn. The absolute knockoffs for real. There were several of them. I said VR Troopers, Big Bad Billboards, the Superhuman Cyber Squad was one of them. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of other ones that I don't know.
All of those were Saban's, by the way.
Yeah. I know people keep talking about Kamen Rider. I've never watched that. I have no desire.
Masked Rider was a mistake. Don't bother. Don't just avoid that. Just
Yeah, Rob has no idea how Southern college football works. So, by the way, just in case you guys didn't know, I went to the Clemson LSU game on Saturday night. So it was one of the biggest matchups, arguably the second biggest matchup in the country on Saturday, because the other one was Texas and Ohio State. But I think I went to the far more exciting game. LSU won, so there was a lot of butthurt Clemson fans who didn't get what they want, but it was still a good experience overall.
Did you see that video of the the LSU like older guy choking out the Clemson college student? It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I would say in my section there were very, very nice Clemson fans. Got nothing bad to say about Clemson as far as that side of the stadium goes. The other side probably not so much, but yeah, who knows? But maybe how all the time he has going forward, because I don't think he's going to be there very long. Beautiful here says, what do you guys think of Owen Shore leaving InfoWars? I haven't really followed InfoWars too much in like the last few years, but the gist of the situation that I heard is that Owen went on his own stream last night, told everyone he was leaving InfoWars because Alex Jones was trying to silence him on like Trump or something along those lines. And then Alex Jones went on his show today and confronted Owen, basically read him the riot act. So now there's beef going on between those two. From what I heard from people who have actually been consistently watching it, apparently Owen is one of those guys that have gone all in on it's the Jews and it's Israel 24/7. So that's probably a reason why, he's probably on his way out. But let's just leave it at that there. But
let's be fair. Alex Jones is also, it's the Jews. It's the
yeah.
Jews. But he at least was like, it's not always the Jews, though.
But at least it's like he leads with it's the Jews, and then he talks about something else like at the 20 o'clock hour.
Yeah, the sewer goblins.
Yeah, it's those guys. What else do we have here? And absolutely not. Yeah, so that's everything that's going on here so far. Let's see if Eddie's back. Eddie, are you there?
Okay, so whatever I admitted to earlier, I like to completely deny. And
yes, it was the Wi-Fi error.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so thank God for that, because at least the police can't decipher my internet and exactly what I said.
That's right. It's like the Zodiac Killer, but with words.
Yep. Right, and I've already moved the Wi-Fi connection away from the gravesite. So.
Oh, that's handy.
Before we get started on tonight's show, I want to bring you a little story time with Society Reviews here, because maybe some of you guys, and especially you guys out there, can learn that Twitter is a very, very deranged place with very, very deranged people, and I wish I had more hope for the people in Twitter, but I don't. So when this supposedly very lovely lady named Liz DM'd me saying that, oh God, I love your show, this is great, I immediately knew that something was wrong. I immediately suspected a setup, and I adjusted accordingly. So I will say this. One of my faults is not being able to leave a situation alone, even when I know that I'm in the right. And this one is something I could have completely easily ignored, but the fallout of this whole situation was absolutely hilarious to me because this individual I'll go ahead and put their link in later on because this is a completely phony account, which I exposed within a matter of seconds. But I'm just going to show you the kind of the downfall of this entire conversation. It's like, hey, just caught your latest episode of the Bible Lens, really enjoyed it. And I kind of let that message stew there for a while, so all I did was kind of like, thumbs up it. And then when I start looking into this account, you can tell literally within 5 seconds that this was a phony account. So I was like, okay, let's see where this goes, right? So essentially, the question started, it's like, oh, aliens haven't abducted you, right? And I responded, no aliens, mate, just demons. It's like, ooh, sounds intense. What's been going on? Saving souls. What about yours? It's like, not sure, still figuring things out. By the way, just a quick little sidebar here. If you're going to be in a scam account, I don't know if this is like an Indian thing, but you guys really need to learn how to spell English words because it's like the key giveaway that something's wrong here. It's like, it's either the Indians and the Nigerians. I don't know specifically who, but I'm going to guess this is probably the Indians here. Moving forward, it's like, what do you still need to figure out? It's like, life, I guess. Just move to a new city. Now, this individual claimed that they had just moved to Atlanta. Oh, wow, that's convenient. Except for when I started to ask, well, when did you move here? Because I already knew the answer. This person has been claiming for several months. 2 months. 2 months. 2 months ago. But no, this person's been claiming, oh, I just moved to Atlanta. And it's like, well, it says on your own account that you moved here in November. So I was trying to get to the bottom of this and being like, how long ago was that? Recently, after a breakup. Uh-oh. How long ago was that? I said again. Not too long.
You catfish.
Okay, scammer.
What's wrong with you?
Not too long. Still getting over it. It
Things
says
that women totally say.
Over a year? No, way less than that. 6 months, less than that.
I just had 20 questions.
So
last weekend.
So you've been in Georgia for less than 6 months. Yeah, that's right. That's funny because you said that you were here back in November. And it was like, I was, but I left and I came back. So at
Christmas, we only have 7 months.
So at this point,
we have 7 months.
At this point, this person is already taking the bait. So I was like, okay, how far can this possibly go? Let's figure it out. Your photo at the high note was also taken for somewhere else a year ago before you posted it, except for yours was lower quality because it was stolen. It said, by the way, who is Kyle? Just quick little sidebar here. Kyle is a completely made up person. There is no Kyle. I just threw a name out there figuring how this person was going to respond to it. Here's their response. I don't know what you're talking about with the pic, and Kyle is my ex. So
this lady has 999,999 exes, so that way all the men's names are going to be correct here. Or
so knowing that there literally is no Kyle, I figured, okay, I already got you in one bear trap. Let's see how many more you can fall for
how
here.
many more? Count up your sins.
There is no Kyle. The guy's name is Key, and I already have enough evidence to report you for stealing a girl's identity with this account. You are hilariously bad at this. Now, I figured at this point, okay, the jig's up. Let's move on. And then it goes, more real than you. Now, quick mind, misspelled more there, which I pointed out. Now you're misspelling words. You're definitely going to be on the show tonight. Thanks for the content. Now, this is where it gets spicy, because now this person who's already been caught in a lie is trying to essentially blackmail me with photos of this girl. We already established that you stole these photos. Now, keep in mind, none of these are nude photos, so we can show them here. And then the reply.
I was like, right,
trust me.
The last episode.
Trust me, we've vetted this whole thing. We're good.
I'm okay with Suicide Girl Daria though. This is nice.
Mm-hmm. It said, no, please don't do that. I'll tell you everything. Just don't expose me. It's like, okay. Are you trying to bribe me with somebody else's photos? Which I replied with this. It spiraled even more. It sends another one, right? He says, no, I swear these are mine. I will send you more private ones. Okay. We already found your old account, which is the account that you closed after you got exposed the first time around, and I played literally since I just had time to fuck with this person. So that I don't know if this shows more about me or more about somebody else, but that's it. Then it's like, oh, here's a photo of the picture of the girl that you stole photos from.
Didn't even
like,
steal the big titty bitches pictures. Come on.
Okay.
Relatively believable. That's the whole thing.
Right? Aren't you okay with Amelie here trying to get a date?
No, in Australia that's illegal. Those boobs are too small in Australia.
Mm-hmm. Another tale here. You're trying to convince me that you're in my state. I know what my state looks like. I know what Italy looks like. That is not my state. Okay. I confess. I was desperate for attention. Please don't ruin me. Which I replied, I mean, you are so fucking fucked. It said, stop teasing me. Of course, they misspelled teasing.
Stop teasing me, bro.
It's so gay.
I said, you got 1 hour and 5 minutes to delete this account before I send this to the real girl. She's going to be pissed. And then I sent the John Cena Gazoo cover because I knew it was over. It's like, no, please don't do that. Anything. Just don't expose me. 1 hour and 3 minutes. So things are getting real now here because I'm giving her a countdown. It's like, okay, I'll delete it. Just don't send that to her. I'll do whatever you want. 1 hour and 1 minute.
And then it's like, by the way, here's another one.
Here's another photo of the girls' pictures that I've stole. It's like, honestly, life has been pretty rough for me lately.
Is this a conversation piece for you? Like someone has like a mural in their living room and they go over and talk to it? Is
she still going to ask for rent after this?
I'm sending it to her now. I've tried to give you a chance. Your account will be flagged within the hour, right? And again, just continuously sending me more photos. This is where it gets funny.
Oh, come on. That's at least a $20 Amazon card right there for that pic.
And now it's like, I just started an OnlyFans, which would be massively appreciated if you were to add me. It's been tough, but it would help me a lot. And send me to a fake OnlyFans account. This is where it gets interesting. Turns out the picture of the girl this guy was stealing from actually has a real OnlyFans account. So I replied to him with the real OnlyFans account of the girl that he was stealing photos from. And this is where it gets here. Found another account. You know financial fraud is a Class A felony, right? By the way, I don't know if it's a Class A felony. I just said that because I knew I was winning.
Class A felony, whatever.
Felony. I like that.
And then
Jimmy Fallony. You understand me? It's a Jimmy Fallony.
So then I found the girl's real account, and I was like, I'll let her handle it. And since then, his account has been temporarily restricted and has not replied since. So that's where the funness ended, unfortunately, there, guys. So I know that was quite a roller coaster. But if you want to report this account on your own hand, I'll give you guys the link in the chat if you want to go and spend time doing that. But yeah, that's what I was doing rather than setting up the Rumble for this show. So
what did you talk about on the Bible Lens podcast to have some Indian scammer show up?
I have no idea, but I just knew from the way that the first message went. I was like, this is a setup. Like, I just know for a fact that this is a setup. It's like, guys, I'm not born yesterday. Like, I know how these scams work.
You went right off the bat with the Dokes imitation. Like, hey, surprise, motherfucker, this ain't you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's sadly exactly what we're dealing with here. So, I just figured that, I share that little interaction with you guys because you guys are my friends. Can I call you friends? Is that
that's okay.
That's not that.
We don't have to rob you. Yeah.
We're a peanut gallery. Yeah.
Fair enough. We can go with that. Well, let's go ahead and actually start the show talking about some things. Dwayne Johnson has heart disease. Apparently, he admitted this like 3 months ago, and no one bothered to report on it.
No one cared.
So now, all of a sudden, pictures are going out with him. So now pictures are going viral with him at the premiere of his movie, and everyone's like, well, what's happening to The Rock? Well, what's going on here? So this was The Rock back in January, I should say. This is The Rock back in January. So as you guys know, over the course of the last 10, 15-ish years, The Rock has basically looked like a giant 300-pound roided up gorilla. and he's just been continuing to go with that for quite some time now. So this was The Rock earlier this year, looking like his big jacked Samoan self, and this is The Rock just a couple of days ago at the premiere of his new film, which I guess is getting Oscar buzz now. People are like, oh, he can legitimately win an Academy Award for this. But this is what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who looks like a deflated Al Roker / Barack Obama now, but this is what he looks like. Yep, so clearly he has lost quite a bit of mass from his body. Now, it's being estimated that he's lost roughly 60 pounds in the course of essentially, 6 or 7 months and whatnot.
I mean, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. So a couple of things are going on here. One would be the obvious. Well, here's the thing, guys. When you stop taking steroids, they kind of stop working. So when you're not actively on steroids, you tend to shrink considerably. And that's the big thing. So everyone's obviously like, oh, well, he's off of steroids and whatnot. Well, here's an interview from literally 2-3 months ago. The guy's channel who I'm using this from is called Greg Doucette. He's kind of like a bodybuilder guy and whatnot, but he talked about this about a month ago, and this was a month before these photos have gone out. So now when you start putting 2 and 2 together here, it seems like that, our boy The Rock was kind of given some unfortunate health news that he's kind of in denial about, and that would probably directly explain the real reason why he suddenly lost so much weight in such a short period of time here. So let's go and talk about this here for a bit. So let me just rewind here just enough, and there we go. We'll stop it right there.
The Rock has come out in a video and he goes over this. He explains this, but he refuses to accept it. How many years have I been saying The Rock needs to come off steroids? And is it possible The Rock's 100% natural? And I have made a shirt to say the exact odds of this. Unfortunately, he seems to be following in his footsteps. And so he made a video with Dr. Mark Hyman. And so is he in fact still a virgin? Has he ever in fact had sexual relations with that woman, Monica Lewinsky? Perhaps he has. I don't know. What I do know is he's a yes man. Perhaps I would like to call him a simp. A simp for The Rock, because he literally stood there and talked to The Rock to his face, and he didn't address the elephant in the room. If you suffer from coronary artery disease and you have the narrowing of an artery, and you could suffer from a heart attack, a stroke, should you be abusing performance-enhancing drugs? Should you not even address this? Should we not even talk about this? Now, consider this. His dad, he talks about it. It's the start of the video. Oh, he had aches and pains. He refused to treat it. He refused to do anything. What happened? He ended up with cancer, and he died in his 40s. And so,
a quick correction there. He's actually talking about his grandfather, not his father. His father did die a couple years ago, but his grandfather was the one who died in his 40s. So
Peter's the one that died.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to happen to The Rock? Now, remember, this is not something I want to be right about. I don't want to be right when The Rock doesn't make it to the age of 60. I don't want to be right about anything. I want The Rock to live longer than last time. But if you abuse performance-enhancing drugs to the extent of this, especially after you have coronary artery disease, it's not going to end well.
So real quick before we get to The Rock's comments here, someone asked, why is wrestling a home for steroids? Because it's a cosmetic business, or at least it used to be a cosmetic business. So if you wanted to be on the show and you wanted screen time, you had to look your best. So essentially everyone in the 80s and the 90s and part of the 2000s were juiced up to the gills because they knew that they were stars on television. So
that's juice, big time.
The juice is loose. And trust me, people would still be jacked up on steroids to this day if it wasn't for Chris Benoit. So, but let's get to Rock's comments here. Where
they were all in his neck, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what he needed the roids for.
Nope.
What looked to be some stuff inside the,
like a buildup of
like
what
a
they thought was
buildup,
plaque.
what they thought was plaque in the circumflex valve
in the artery. Yeah.
Bro is a living heart attack. He's a survivor. He's lucky to be alive, and he does the dye test. It shows a narrowing of his left circumflex. The doctor knows this. He's seen it. And so he's doing bullshit tests like a stool test for gut microbiome. You have a dye test showing the narrowing of the arteries, and you're ordering a stool test. Oh, let's do an MRI. Let's scan the entire body. We already know what he's got. It's not looking good. He needs to come off steroids. Why don't we do exactly what needs to be done? Somebody comes into the hospital with shortness of breath. Oh, I'm experiencing pain down my left arm. Shortness of breath. Okay, let's start by doing a rectal exam. Bend over. Damn! Is that really what you want to do when the bro is complaining of what symptoms of a heart attack? And so why are we doing every other test other than actually treating what he has?
I got this gut issue. And he was like, what's going on? I said, I've seen doctors and I can't quite nail it. I can't quite fix it. It's in my digestion.
I've seen the doctors. I can't quite.
By the way, digestion problems can occur when you abuse steroids. Don't know if you guys know that, but
Yes.
that's a very, very common thing. So it's almost as if his way of trying to cover up for his steroid use, he's just further revealing his obvious steroid use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Eddie, this question for you. Are roids abused in the indie scenes? I would think not anymore, but I mean...
No, not anymore. It used to be. It used to be terrible. It used to be like you could get roids easier than drugs. Like they used to just hand that shit out. And you could get a doctor's prescription. Back then, you had what was that? You had the stuff that I just remember all of the names. There was the cream that you could put on. There was everything. You had every kind of steroid imaginable. Yeah. A lot of guys I tried it myself. I tried doing steroids for about 3 months, and I talked to a guy, and he goes, "You know what? You need to get off of that shit because that shit will kill your heart." And that was my reason for getting off it.
Yeah. And like I said, you wonder why so many wrestlers end up dead at 40 years old, even though they were big and jacked. Well, it's like when you take into account the steroids, the somas, the pain pills, the cocaine, and all the other stuff that you're putting into your body. It's like, yep, that's a recipe for an early grave.
Absolutely.
Quite fix it.
By the way, not to mention that, Triple H, another guy who's obviously abused steroids throughout his entire career, almost died of a heart attack 3 years ago. Yeah. So you figured that would kind of be like the warning sign of, maybe it's time to let it go. You're in your mid-50s. You don't need to look like a 300-pound middle linebacker anymore. That's like,
for what it is, when you mix all of those things together, you don't notice that you had a stroke. Like in the middle of whatever, you just kind of have like mini strokes throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Let's go from one doctor to the next and see. It's got to be my digestion. It's something I ate. It's my gut microbiome. You've got the dye test. You already know what it is. Is it possible he also has irritable bowel, that he has diarrhea and so on? Sure. But that's not going to end him. Why don't we focus on the main problem first? This makes no sense. The Rock needs to take this seriously, but like anyone else, most people, he's living in denial. I don't want to face up to this. Let's do everything possible to mitigate these circumstances, but not say, hey, you know what? I can't do what I've been doing. I can't always look like The Rock. We've seen other WWE superstars go about this. Remember Batista? He looked significantly smaller. And why do you think that is? He's no longer abusing performance-enhancing drugs. What about Triple H? He literally suffered from the Widowmaker.
I feel great, and that's the odd thing, but I just can't crack it. Yeah. And he said, I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine. His name is Dr. Mark Hyman.
And so he came to him with gut issues. He's gone to several doctors. He just can't figure it out. Something to do with his digestion.
And you had said very succinctly, you had said, I'm not going to treat your symptoms. I'm going to go deeper than that. And I'm going to treat the root cause of what's going on.
And so he said, look, I'm going to treat the root cause of what's going on. Functional medicine. Is he a quack? Is he legit? Well, let's see what he did.
What we found was, rather than just sort of like giving you symptomatic treatment, we dug into the why. And we found out that you had taken an antibiotic for something you had.
I had the same exact thing. I was on several courses of antibiotics. I had pneumonia, bronchitis, and so on. Perhaps you all remember this. And it, in fact, affected my gut. I ended up with candida. I was shitting harder than last time, or actually softer, much softer, and a lot of it. And so I also had gut issues. Yay! He solved his gut issues. This is fantastic. But what about the heart? Now, if you had to pick between heart issues and gut issues, hey, let me shit myself every single day.
So the gist of this story here is that this interview with The Rock was done back in, I believe, June. Somehow went over everyone's radar. Everyone missed this interview. And now here we are 3 months later, and The Rock is supposedly down 60 pounds. So what's the real cause here? Did The Rock just wake up one day and feel like, you know what, I don't feel like doing heavy lifting at 3 o'clock in the morning anymore, and then I'm like 54 years old, he decided to stop? Is it because that, you know, he's been taken off of the roids and that's what caused his weight? Is it the fact that he was literally told that you have heart disease and maybe you should stop taking steroids or else you are going to die, and now this is The Rock that we're seeing here now? Couple of notes on top of this here too. With The Rock's recent weight loss, I think it is safe to say that his in-ring career is completely done. For those who have been holding out hope that maybe one year we'll get Roman Reigns and The Rock in a match, and it's not going to happen. It's done. Like, because if he admitted that, you know, hey, they found plaque in the heart. Now, I don't want to call it heart disease, but when people find plaque in your heart, that's usually a telltale that you probably have something going on with your heart. I think that probably means that his in-ring career in his mid-50s at this point is probably 1,000% over with. So I'll go ahead and start this one off of our good buddy Eddie. What is your take on The Rock's recent weight loss and clear heart problems?
He looks fantastic. Unbelievable. I wish I could lose weight like that. It was great. No, it's sad.
Have you tried to stop taking steroids?
Hell no. I love steroids. Dude, I'll admit to that. Steroids make you feel great about yourself. They give you confidence. They give you an energy boost like you never thought you can get. You actually want to go out and actually lift weights at 5 a.m.? You know, you go out of your way to do shit that you don't normally want to do on steroids.
Well, like a few rage issues, some rage issues.
I swear I'm not taking steroids, okay? I just get up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym. I swear, okay?
Guys, I'm totally eating 20 pounds of pancakes a week. That's how I'm bulking up throughout the course of the year.
Dude, his fucking cheat day video, cheat day video of these oat like pancakes, that were, you know, had like the healthiest like syrup on them or whatever. It was like, dude, you're doing this just for the fucking clicks. Shut up.
It's still 16,000 calories of absolute goodness.
Yeah.
It's sad that he has heart disease. It's a Samoan thing, to be quite honest. Samoans, they have problems with their hearts. I mean, that's the reason why they're all huge. He has a problem with his weight. Also, he used to have a problem with his weight. You can see back in '96, he was a little bit more chubbier than, you know, he wanted to be. You know,
right.
I mean, so like, I feel sad for The Rock. It's not good. It's not a good thing to lose the thing that you wanted to do your whole life to, you know, heart disease, and you know. But it's good that I guess that he lost all that weight. I can't.
And that's the thing, though. It seems like that, you know, with all these guys that, you know, that steroid abuse is catching up with him, all of them. Like I said, Triple H nearly died a few years ago, and he tried to pass it off. It was like, oh, it's some genetic heart defect that I've always had. It's like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the years of steroid abuse had no factor in it whatsoever, right? Now The Rock is dealing with him, and he's trying to take steps to avoid being where Triple H was a few years ago. Dave Bautista just recently dropped a whole bunch of weight now that he's off the roids and stuff like that. So all these guys are realizing that, wait, I actually can't do all of this stuff, you know, in my 50s and my 60s. Like, I'm not going to look like Mr. Olympia when I'm 80 years old. I mean, hell, even Vince McMahon, who is another guy who's abused steroids his entire life, is finding out the hard way. It's like, it's going to get to a point where you just can't do it anymore.
Right. Well, I saw this video of Arnold Schwarzenegger's workout stuff, like from the 70s, where, you know, he was competing in the Mr. Universe and everything, and like basically his diet consisted of 5,000 calories and 300 grams of protein every day. And you know, when The Rock talks about his like 8,000 calorie days, I'm just like, okay, A, I don't believe you. B, what the fuck are you doing? Like, how do you generate an appetite? And here's the thing, like, I don't care what kind of an athlete you are, like NFL players, that's a perfect example. You work out every fucking muscle in your body, and then you go to the weight room and work it out some more. So I understand those guys eating 5,000 calories a day, totally understandable. And then they burn it, they literally burn it off or close to it. When The Rock goes through his workout stuff, also, why is he still on steroids? Is it a vanity thing? Is it to his image? Is it?
Well, the man talks in the third.
Are bad for you. We know that, and you stop after a certain point because it's not a feasible thing for your long-term health.
The man talks in the third person. Yeah, I think he has a legitimate case to have a little bit of an ego.
So, if you guys recall, when Rock initially left WWE back in, I think, 2003, 2004, there was like a few months period where he did stop taking steroids and he was noticeably a lot smaller. If you go back and you watch Rock between, like, I would say 2005 and 2010, he's probably about the size that he is right now. It wasn't until he started doing movies like Pain and Gain and Fast and Furious where all of a sudden he ballooned to like 280, 300 pounds and was more jacked than he was in his wrestling career and all that stuff. And that was kind of where his career started taking off, because now all of a sudden he started getting these big blockbuster roles and he was the leading man in Hollywood. So he probably thought to himself that he had to continue to be this big jack oaf in order to continue to be the highest paid guy in Hollywood. And now his body is taking a toll for it. And like I said, I think he probably, I believe internally it's a combination of things. Like, it's unfair to tell you it's just one thing. Like I said, he's talking about, gut issues and all that stuff. Guess what? Gut issues is a key symptom of steroid abuse. I don't know what kind of steroids he's taking, whether it's TRT, HGH, a whole bunch of other things. It seems like he's probably been on a lot, but all of that stuff has side effects. All of that stuff has its cost. I know it's the prevailing narrative that, as long as it's muscle and it's not fat, that it's fine, but it's like, that's still 300 pounds of frame that you're putting on your body at an elevated age. Like, these guys are in like their mid 50s going on 60s now, and you're still putting up 300 pounds of frame. Your heart still has to pump and get all that blood flowing, especially with the crazy workouts that they do, and it takes a toll. Like I said, not saying that he's any worse off than dudes who sit there and eat Oreo cookies all day. Not throwing anyone particularly under the bus, because that's a few of us here. But at the end of the day, you'll still end up in the exact same place like the rest of us. You may get maybe a few more years over us, but like I said, Triple H almost died. Rock's having heart issues now, and look at how well these guys supposedly took care of their bodies in their 20s, in their 30s, and in their 40s, and now they're just in the position that they are in now. So, like I said, don't think you can cheat death when it comes to that whole thing. It's like, if it's not natural, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass.
But see, and this is the whole thing, is that the Rock and wrestling in general, but the Rock, because he's part of Hollywood, this is more synonymous with Hollywood to me. We saw it with The Substance last year, that the big theme in that is just, it's, hey, as long as you look beautiful, as long as you're alluring, as long as you have, these rippling muscles, and you're basically physically a superhero. You're at a size and a strength that most men, idealize, I suppose. I would never want to be that big, just because I think it would be uncomfortable. And just the sheer amount of maintenance it takes to keep that up is just like, oh man, dude, have fun with that. But after a certain point, it's just like that fantasy's over. Arnold Schwarzenegger just had serious heart surgery. And again, I don't know the background, but I would assume he took steroids, like a lot of the bodybuilders did.
I think it's pretty safe to assume.
Yeah, no, I just don't think you can get to that kind of level where it's like, look, man, you could have perfect genes, you can have great nutrition, like the best food in the world, great exercise, resources, whatever. It's just, there are just limitations on the human body. It is it's just what it is. And I mean, I understand why someone like The Rock wants to kind of stay in the spotlight and be that guy, but it's not even like a good time for like action stars or like what he's trying to be. It's like the product isn't even good. And so he's putting his own health at risk to what? Stay in the spotlight as like the pseudo Arnold guy in an era where movies aren't even good. Just fucking retire, man. You got a ton of money.
there's a lot of guys who have like the fear of death, and everyone at the end of the day, everyone tries to live as long as they possibly can, right? Some people take it a little further than others, but at the end of the day, you're not really in control of when you leave this earth. That's just the reality of the situation. Like, we're talking about guys, like I said, Triple H and The Rock, big jack guys their entire life, bodybuilders, always supposedly taking care of themselves, taking care of their bodies, and they're all dealing with jacked up hearts at 50 years old. Meanwhile, Trump is just, eating McDonald's every single day of his life. And he's pushing 80, right? He has nowhere near the amount of problems that these other dudes have. So it's like, sometimes you just can't, sometimes it's just not up to you to roll the dice.
Trump never did coke, wasn't a drinker. Just saying. Like, of all those guys that he was like rubbing elbows with or whatever in the 80s, those are two things. I mean, he may love his McDonald's or whatever, and I sometimes wonder if that's like a fake thing. But it's like, how often does he actually eat it? Is it like a photo op thing, more or less? But it's kind of amazing when you think of it, and you think you're just like, it's got to come down to abuse at some point, whether it's drugs, and I mean, steroids are a drug, and obviously there's a lot of effects on the human body, not just the heart.
And then meanwhile, you got guys like Ric Flair, who probably should have died at least 10 times over in his entire life, and he's still kicking at 73.
Jake Roberts is still alive. How in the hell is
Jake Roberts, who everyone would have bet in their house 30 years ago that guy was going to die. He's still kicking.
If you want to know how bad Jake Roberts is, you ever watch The Wrestler? That's his biography.
Did you ever see Beyond the Mat?
Right. Yeah. No, for what it is, like, I hope The Rock has a better Hollywood career thinner now than he did back then. I think that's really what the Smashing Machine is going to be. That's why the Oscar nods are being a big thing now, because this is the last time you're going to see The Rock as big and as muscular, and it's like Rocky almost. It's going to be a big pounding guy, and you're going to get this guy now who's just a shriveled old man.
Yep.
So I hope he works out. I hope it's not as bad as it seems.
Real quick before we get final thoughts here. So obviously with his film, The Smashing Machine, it's getting Oscar buzz, early Oscar buzz. And it would be hilarious. I'm not saying he's going to win, but it would be absolutely hysterical if The Rock wins an Oscar before Dave Bautista, especially since all the gaslighting out there is going on that Dave Bautista is this great, amazing actor that people have been going off of. And then somehow The Rock turns around and wins an Oscar before him.
It's not a huge topic of discussion, but we talk about Oscars a few times over the last couple years, and I'll say is like the amount of people who have won. It's like, okay, it's a timing thing. It's not the best performance. It's just who gets the right momentum in the right year at the right time with a bunch of fucking Hollywood, assholes. So yeah, that's what it comes down to. But listen, it's getting a lot of buzz. There's really not a whole lot of male performances this year that are there to write home about. I like Brad Pitt.
People are still.
That's about it.
Yeah, people are still pretending like Sinners is the best movie of the entire year. So if that's his competition, he might actually win. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. It'd be the greatest thing in the world if a pro wrestler won the Oscars. Oh man, dude!
Could you imagine? Could you imagine how bad Triple H is gonna soak? Just knowing that not only that The Rock is his boss on the TKO board, but then he comes back with a fucking Oscar.
And they could have had WrestleMania.
Yep. And that's the other thing too. Just on
WrestleMania leading up to the Oscars.
So if you guys recall last year's WrestleMania, The Rock put in the work and the time. He wanted to do WrestleMania in Philly last year. He wanted Rock versus Roman. Like, everyone knows that that's the match that he wanted. Triple H kind of fucked him over, and they essentially pivoted to the Cody Rhodes finish his story moment. So now, with The Rock's physical condition as it is right now, he's likely never going to return to the ring. So that whole Roman Reigns versus Rock dream match is dead. They had it, and they blew it. So thanks, Triple H. That's all I got to say there. Any final thoughts on this one before we move on?
I just think that the guy has just constantly picked the wrong roles. Like, like I don't know who his agent is or whatever, but they have just constantly done the opposite of what's good for him.
Isn't his ex-wife his agent or his manager or something like that?
What a surprise!
His ex-wife is his manager, and his agent is the guy who used to book him in the WWE.
Wow. So here's the problem.
So he literally has the yes men running his life.
He was talking
even his
about-
doctors apparently, right?
He was talking about being like typecast and comedy guy and how he wanted to do these more important feely rules. I'm like, I doubt that. I strongly doubt that because you could tell your agent, nah, hook me up with Christopher Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And no, he didn't. He went and did the Tooth Fairy. That's what he did. He did the Tooth Fairy. Okay? He did Santa Claus or Red Claus or whatever the hell that was.
Red
And
One.
they-
Yeah.
Red
Yeah,
One.
Red One. He did that instead of saying like, no, hook me up with Christopher Nolan. Because you can't tell me that Christopher Nolan couldn't make use of The Rock in some leading role. You can't tell me he can't do that. But Rock never did that. He kept chasing that weird WWE audience that like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it because it crosses so many different interest pools. But he kept chasing those people with like, I like Muscle Man who does extreme things. And that was his attitude. Like even in the Fast and the Furious franchise, when he jumped in, Muscle Man who does extreme things. That was who he was typecast as. That's what happened to Vin Diesel. When the magic behind that muscle guy who does crazy things drops out from underneath you, you got nothing.
Hey, Rick, what do you think about The Rock winning an Oscar? Make it short.
That'd be almost blasphemous. It's just unbelievable. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the performance. Maybe I will be overwhelmed. I don't think you should give the Oscar, but you know the way things are going. I mean, if you're happy to give it to like Mikey Madison and Jessica Chastain, why not The Rock? I mean, why not?
Well, we'll talk about Jessica Chastain here later on in this show. There's something absolutely hysterical that has happened on social media in record time.
And she shouldn't have won, by the way.
That's fair to say.
The
we'll
Rock,
talk about
The Rock would have made a great Bane as a part of like a Nolan film if he was in Dark Knight Rises. He would have been.
I did have that flash, but I was like, yeah, I just like Tom Hardy too much. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, physically, no.
Well, I think The Rock. I think The Rock could have made a great Oppenheimer. Come on.
All right, just shut up, Rick. What the fuck is wrong with you?
So one little conspiracy theory that I want to throw over to you guys right now, because I've noticed this more and more, and we've kind of talked about it a little bit, but I feel like it's happening to a point where maybe we should discuss it a little bit further. Have you noticed that there's a lot of celebrities who are fleeing the United States of America and are heading specifically to Europe? Now, there's been some iterations here. A lot of them are going to the UK. A couple have gone to Ireland. A couple have gone to Spain. Some have gone to Italy. But it seems like everyone is just flooding Europe. And I thought, this is very, very interesting. Now, on face value, here's the story. The face value, all the liberal celebrities hate Trump. They're fed up with Trump, and they're just fleeing the country because they can't live in this fascist regime anymore. It's like that. That's kind of the story here. Robin White is another one who just announced that she's moving to the UK because it's liberating to live in Muslimstan. UK, because America is a shithole, right? So Robin Wright basically said that she's celebrating her decision to abandon the USA for Britain. The 60-year-old B-list actress said that it's liberating to be done,
Spicy.
to be done looking and searching, getting 60% of what you wanted. I love being in this country, living in the UK. There's freedom of self here. Okay. People are so kind. They're not living. If they're not in the car in traffic, panicked on a phone call, eating a sandwich. That's most of America. Everything's rush completion and is that competition? Yeah, competition and speed. But now she's going to live in a much more relaxing life here in England. And because you guys know some of the things that are happening in England right now, I wouldn't root or wouldn't brag too much about the stuff that's going on. Things are getting kind of crazy over there, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
But she's not the only one who's seemingly going overseas. There's a lot of celebrities who have left in the last couple of years. primarily to Europe. Ellen DeGeneres is apparently in England now. She left. Rosie O'Donnell's talking about either going to Ireland because exactly. Sophie Turner, serial alcoholic Sophie Turner is going back to the UK. Barbara Streisand here is talking about going. Where the hell is she talking about going? Like I don't know. Like
a lot of these women have shriveled old yankers, don't they?
Yeah, right. It's almost as if the milk has gone bad. Yeah, just one after another. Then I heard, oh god, this.
Oh my god! what am I doing there?
Somehow, there's a recent photo. She looks even worse than this. Like things have gone terribly wrong over there.
She's completely let herself.
That's Sophie Turner.
That's Leah Dunham.
I'm going as Leah Dunham for Halloween this year.
No, that's Jabba the Hutt. Come on.
You're more than me.
So you got Eva Longoria going to Spain. I think what's her name? Sofia Vergara is also in Spain. Amber Heard, nobody knows she is. She might not even be alive at this point. And then I heard Beyonce and Jay-Z are heading over to the UK as well. So it's like, why are all of these celebrities seemingly rushing out to Europe of all places? And then it hit me. And this is kind of a plug for the Bible Lens, even though I think our first segment was a perfect plug for the Bible Lens. But there's a little plug for the Bible Lens here. We've been talking about the time of the tribulation and Jacob's trouble and all that stuff, and we know for a fact that Europe is going to be the epicenter of an absolute shit show when this whole thing pops off. So I think to myself here, it's very interesting that everyone is seemingly fleeing to what is literally known as the Western Roman Empire right at a time where people are questioning whether this whole thing's going to pop. Are we looking very subtly at something probably more spiritual happening here and we're not realizing, or is everyone just dumb and they're going to Europe because they think that it's actually a safer place here? There's a couple of things that are happening here. Cider, what is your take on everyone going to London Stan or England as it's called now to flee oppression?
Well, Europe's been long known to be corrupt at the bureaucratic level, depending on your politics and how much money you have. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think a Swiss bank account is, pal? They didn't get that name because they're in Jamaica.
Yeah, right. I mean, not only that, but if you look at it from the perspective of what's the guy's name? The classic pedophile who raped the girl and then fled to France. What's the dude's name?
Roman Polanski.
Polanski, right? Like I said, literally raped a 14-year-old girl, was guilty, fled the country, went to France, where he's been living in exile basically ever since. And I think that Europe, for whatever reason, gives people this false sense of exile. But I just think to myself, if you haven't been paying attention to what's been going on in Europe, things have not gotten very good. Islam has completely taken over that region, not just in England, but in Germany and Sweden and in places in Spain, France, definitely. There's been a lot of stuff going on in France there. And basically, we're at a point where if you look at every Western European country, the number one baby name is Mohammed, right? So I find it humorous in a sense that these people are fleeing the United States because fascism bad, Trump bad, and they think that running to the arms of the Mohammed people, that somehow things are going to get better and not significantly worse. It's almost as if they've been given away to a strong delusion so that they believe a lie.
I want to point this out, that these are all incredibly wealthy people who can afford security, can afford who knows what kind of house, apartment, whatever that that they can situate wherever they would like, away from the masses, away from the protests, away from any potential violence that may come to people they inspire to do the same as them, because we live in such an awful fascist country that we need to do something about it, guys. Gosh darn it. And listen, like my parents hate Trump. I hear it every day. I hear it, and of course the stock market's great, and their 401k that they were just retired with is doing great. But that's fine. That's fine. I hear this stuff all the time, but that's what I take away from the celebrity shit. These people can live however they want, and the fact that they're advertising it kind of means that, they're trying to make a statement. They're trying to stand out. They're trying, hey, that person thinks the same thing I do. I'm in solidarity with them. It's like they have nothing in common with you. They probably fucking hate you. They think of you as a peon moron who they're trying to control through whatever political social hierarchy. And we've seen this messaging through Hollywood for a long time. And look, at its heart, I suppose there's some positivity to it. That it's about thinking about the people that have less and whatever. But it's almost always at the expense of someone else. And we saw this during the Summer of Love and the George Floyd riots, where you had people that were like the fucking liberals in Philadelphia or wherever that were celebrating until they got fucking attacked. That one writer, Chris Palmer, that was the NBA writer, who was just like, hey, you shouldn't be angry at these people protesting, and then they literally came to his building and were breaking in, and he was just,
we're on your side.
Now you feel that way now, and so it's just like all of these people who make these statements or claims or whatever, they're all stupendously wealthy, or at least well off to the point where they can make different decisions than the average person, and so they really have nothing in common with me or you or anybody that works for a living and that makes less than, I don't know, $150,000 a year. It's like, we're the ones that are living in America every day. We're the ones that have to deal with the laws that are on the books and how, ICE acts and the law enforcement acts. And guess what? Most people, regardless of a vocal minority, most people are pretty okay with how things are. Yes, things are up. Grocery prices are up. Gas prices are down. Things aren't perfect. The trade supply is kind of fucked up. Like, there's issues. Certainly there are issues. But like this idea that we live under some fascist regime, like, I'm sorry, guys, until there's a legitimate law or an action you can point to, it's just nonsense. It's just like hyperbole.
But ICE is rounding up people, Rob.
Yes,
it's
people
just like
who are
Nazi Germany.
illegally here who've broken the law.
Rob, you are aware this is the reason why I have to hide.
I have to yell at my parents occasionally, where I'm like, how is it a foreign concept that you're not here legally? That's it. That's the end of story. Guess what? Whatever law is on the books, I get to do that now. See, that's why you don't break the law. That's why you come to this country legally, no matter how difficult it is, which I admit it is incredibly difficult. And I know quite a few people who, you know what I mean? In a certain part of the country. And it's like, at times I struggle with that, but it's like, you can't really be upset at somebody who ran on this. And even if you think it's a distraction, the guy ran on this. All he's doing is following through on that. And the majority of the country voted for it. So however you want to cut it, these people are here legally. They all the authorities are doing is following the laws that are on the books, which is something the Biden administration didn't. If they had simply done their job, even 50% of what Trump is doing, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having this conversation. People are sick and tired of being taken advantage of. End of story.
But Rob, they're otherwise law abiding. But doesn't that mean something? That they're otherwise law abiding?
No, because they still broke the law. It's like it's an oxymoron. It's like I get what they want. This is, by the way, this is the biggest problem with liberals, and I say this as a former one. Mm-hmm. It's all about what things should be. It's always about, hey, this should be this way. And it's like, yeah, and it really comes down to what it is. So if you want things to be different, change the law. If you want things to be different, elect those politicians. You're really fucking bad at that. All you do is fucking complain. You don't ever get anything accomplished. And then when you actually get Democrats in office, they don't even do the things you voted for them to do. Granted, Republicans have that same problem. But it's just like, to me, that's why liberals are so fucking embarrassing. Because it's like you've never gotten through your head that simply complaining about how things are won't ever change a goddamn thing.
Yeah, and this is why I constantly tell people to stop giving these people the moral high ground that they clearly do not have. We literally just went through an entire cycle here. By the way, less than a week after a deranged trans killer shot a couple of kids and killed a whole mess of a situation, then people literally spent the entire Labor Day weekend trying to manifest Trump's death, only for him to appear completely fine. So, like, you're dealing largely with psychopaths at worst, and then extremely immature people at best. Tighter.
Sounds about right. What?
Did you even remember what we were talking about? Or
Yeah, it's like we were talking about what was going on with the celebrities running over to Europe.
Yeah.
Who the
I
hell
know
was
what's
the
going on. I was listening.
I went off on a tangent. Sorry, guys.
Who wants to follow the Golden Girls like them? Like, who's actually trying to leave this place, trying to leave America to go follow Barbara Streisand around? Why
Well,
isn't
I
Barbara
just-
Streisand moving to Israel?
I just tell them go. Who the hell wants you around here?
There's
I
a lot
don't.
of New York Jewish women who absolutely like. I don't know. They obsess over that woman. So I'm just saying. I've never
and gay men. Don't forget the gay
listen,
men.
Rick can talk about this better than I can, but I've never understood the Barbara obsession. Like even as like a movie star or like a singer.
I'm not
I don't
Jewish or
get it.
gay, so why do I get to be the default Barbara?
Because you
Streisand
watch
person?
Yentl.
Because you literally made the reference before we started mocking you.
But you're more into musicals and singers and divas, and I don't.
I do remember my mom did have the Barbara Streisand Christmas album. She called Christmas Memories, and I was puzzled because I thought she's Jewish. What Christmas memories could she possibly have? But that her rendition of Jingle Bells is rather interesting. I will say that.
Maybe she's just culturally Jewish. Or wait, is that the other? No, that's the right
That
way.
that is
right?
that yes
I'm
that
confused.
yes yes
So
yes there is
confused.
such a thing as
Right.
culturally Jewish.
Her,
And I did
her original
watch
name is
Yentl
Barbara
for-
Streisand.
No,
But it's
actually
confusing
was
because if you're
Barbara
culturally
Streisand this whole
Jewish, wouldn't
time.
you celebrate the religion? I just, you know what I mean. It just, I get
Yes.
tied up.
All right.
There's a lot
question in all
of dumb
this- my
secular
question in
Jews.
all of
Oh, did I
this
say that out loud?
My question in all of this is why are they picking Europe? I would have thought like Haiti, Conan O'Brien did tell us it was a beautiful country. They could go to Haiti, they could go to Venezuela where they have socialism that
I hear Nigeria is nice.
Well, yeah, they could go there, they could go to like China or
Cameroon has a nice soccer team.
What about Ukraine? They love Ukraine.
they
Yeah,
could go to
right.
Ukraine. Yeah,
Well, what about the Gaza? They support the Gaza, right? Why don't they go over there and help out?
They could go to Turkey. There are so many other.
Why do so many people who support Palestine don't want to live in Palestine? What's wrong with these people?
Yeah, I mean, there's a new government in Syria. They could, help reform and shape. So that's my question. First, they often said we're leaving, and they never left. Now they've left. Well, I guess that's good for them that they left. That they're free to do. Rob is right. They could afford to leave. Those of us who have to, go to safe houses every day to avoid ICE, like me, we can't have that. We have to keep hiding, and worse because my tires are low and I have to get new ones. So now I have to like hide and like wear masks and all this to avoid ICE. We're roaming around El Paso. So there's that. Second, as I said, why do they go to Europe? Because they imagine Europe to be America with just a different kind of accent. They think that Europe is this what is it, democratic socialism? They imagine Scandinavia, but it's never that way. It's never that way. Europe is now less European than it has been in the that it's been since I guess the Turks were literally at the gates of Vienna about to storm the Vienna, the city of Vienna. They're imagining a Europe that doesn't exist. Third, even if they go to these countries, they're not going to be arrested like that comedian for retweeting trans comments. They're not going to be arrested because they agree with Keir Starmer and they agree with Emmanuel Macron. They agree. They're not going to, they go to France, they're not going to be campaigning for Marine Le Pen. They're going to be like, oh yes, Macron, we need more Gazans. We need to recognize this free state of Palestine. So they're going to the place where they where they have the support of the leadership. once you have, if God forbid, I don't want anything bad to happen, but once you have Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi find a group of Islamic extremists who do not take kindly to their life, they might be surprised. And I certainly don't want any harm to happen to anyone, but they need to be careful. Though Rob is right, they do have security, but how long will that security last if they get more and more Islamic?
All I will say is this, when we talk about, that time period of marks and beasts and all that stuff, it does go out to specifically point out whether rich or poor, meaning that having money will not negate you from the effects of what is to come. So it's just saying that, the chess pieces are moving there. Any final thoughts on my possible conspiracy theory, also / possible reality?
I don't accept the idea that it is related to anything biblical. If it is something that is more coincidental than deliberate. I don't think Rosie O'Donnell and Robin Wright and Babs all are thinking, yes, we are about to fulfill scripture by going to the new Roman Empire. They're probably
they're not thinking that, but that's what they're doing.
You're thinking that. I don't think that is. I mean, their instinct is to go to Europe because they always see it as like this is where America originates from. Their instinct is not to go to Haiti or Venezuela or all these other countries that they claim to support. Let them go there. I want to see Barbara Streisand get a home in Port-au-Prince and see how well she lives among the native Haitians. I want to see how that goes over. Maybe they bring back Papa Doc Duvalier if Babs came back or Babs lived there. I don't know. All I can tell you is pick other countries. There are many other countries. There are seven continents. Surely she could find a nice house in Johannesburg. I'm sure it's very nice out there. She could go to Haiti. She could go to Caracas. I mean, why not?
But
why Europe?
This has been a trend that I've seen since going back to George W. Bush. There's even a movie called Blue State that came out in 2007 about this guy who basically swore that if George W. Bush got reelected in 2004, he was moving to Canada. And he actually has to do it because he's like fuck. So whatever. It's like it goes from there. It has Breckenmeyer from Road Trip, but
in fairness, Rob, Bush, he was literally the new Hitler.
But do you remember that there were a bunch of celebrities who were like, "I'm moving to Canada."
Yes,
Bush gets elected, or blah blah blah. Blah. And so, I mean, I've remembered this my entire life. I understand that there are current trends and whatever with Islam in Europe. That's been going on for 15 years, I think. But I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that I've seen this rhetoric before. I've seen it happen. History, if nothing repeats itself. So yeah.
But none of them actually left for Canada.
True. You are correct.
And none of them left for Europe. Now they are. And
but they can leave temporarily. They can visit fucking Europe for 3 months because again, they have the money to do that.
But the thing
and
is,
then come back when no one's paying attention.
Do they not realize that Trump will be leaving at the end of his term because he cannot be reelected? But then, of course, we have to worry because J.D. Vance, if he becomes president, he will be the new Hitler, literally worse than Trump.
The first Indian president.
I've already heard this from the true and pure conservatives that Vance is worse than Trump, and I'm thinking, do you know I have lived through when W was worse than Hitler, and Romney and McCain? It's like I'm Hitler.
Stop acting like you don't remember when Ronald Reagan was president.
I was a child when Ronald Reagan was president.
I wasn't born yet.
I was a child. Yes, you were. Well, no, you were.
No, 89.
Yeah,
it was George H.W.
Yeah, you were barely around. But I do remember him as a child. Now I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for Eisenhower either, just for the record.
Now, the first time that I took mushrooms, Nancy Reagan looked like a skeleton talking, and I was laughing my ass off. So
See, Rick doesn't understand.
I only remember Nancy Reagan when she guest starred on Different Strokes.
She told me not to take drugs.
Yes, right.
See, Rick doesn't know that Le Pen's new national anthem has been forever and a day has always been "Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you see me?"
That's because of her father, right?
All right.
What was her father's? I don't know. Doesn't matter. But Marine Le Pen. Yeah.
Shut up. All right, then. Let's move over to Jennette McCurdy, who possibly is trying to tell us something about her
Papa, can you hear me?
Circumstances.
You know, she sings the whole album, the whole soundtrack in Yentl.
No one cares. Jennette McCurdy,
anywhere.
who wrote the book that I'm glad my mom died, is now doing another provocative book saying that half my age. So the former Nickelodeon star who totally was not molested as a teenager, I hope no one dare thinks of such a thing, especially not by any super popular Nickelodeon executive producers over the last 30 years. That totally never happened. Following in a story of a 17-year-old who has an affair with her teacher, who's twice her age, so half her age will publish from some random publishing house in January of 2026. This is a perceptive, moderately funny, and nearly poignant story. That's a lot of nonsensical words. Half my age has been the most creatively fulfilling experience of my life, McCurdy said in a press release. Through a 17-year-old girl named Waldo, I got to experience complexities, complexities of desire, consumerism, class, loneliness, the internet, rage, addiction, and oftentimes misguided lengths that we go to in order to get what we want. Waldo's story is ultimately about finding yourself in a world designed to make you lose yourself, and I felt profoundly meaningful for me to write. I can't wait for people to read this novel. So
her and her therapist are going to option this next year.
Yeah, she's using a lot of therapy words. Don't you hate it when people go to therapy and they start using therapy words like they're some kind of idiot savant? Don't you hate it when that happens? Yeah. So obviously McCurdy is known for her numerous roles on Nickelodeon. She was on shows such as iCarly. She was also on shows such as Victorious, Sam and Cat. Was very buddy with certain people such as Dan Schneider, who is infamous at Nickelodeon for a multitude of reasons. And there's been questions about, an incident that happened with someone at Nickelodeon that she has not been allowed to talk about because of, NDA money and things of that nature. So she has been trying to find very creative ways to talk about what possibly questionably allegedly happened to her back during that time period. She also did a book several years ago talking about how she's glad that her mother died from breast cancer. Needless to say, they did not have the best relationship. McCurdy's been suffering from eating disorders and God knows how many mental issues that she's been dealing with here. So here's my thing. If you're someone who has possibly signed an NDA and you're not allowed to talk about what did or did not happen to you while you were a very popular child star, would it be a little out of bounds or a little on the nose for that person to then turn around and write a book about a young girl who has a sexual relationship with someone at least twice her age in a kind of hint, wink, nudge type of way? Is anyone else seeing the string here? Is anyone else seeing where this is leading? Or am I just completely off base? Rob, I'll start this one with you. What is your take on Jennette's new literary venture?
Well, I'll connect to this. My favorite author is Brad Easton Ellis. He wrote Less Than Zero, American Psycho, Imperial Bedrooms, a bunch of books that have fucked up characters who do fucked up things, and he's not a fucked up guy. Like, he doesn't. I mean, I don't know what he gets up to in his personal life, but for all intents and purposes, he's not the characters he writes about. So I want to state that for the record that I don't think that necessarily is the case. However, this is somebody that doesn't really have a track record as a novelist. Mm-hmm. And you're right. It's a little too on the nose for what has been rumored to have happened to her. So the truth is usually somewhere in the middle. But yeah, this definitely feels like a case where it's a little unnerving how close it is to, again, what was purported to have happened to her. when you had her video on before, where she was like on, I don't remember if it's Good Morning America or the Today Show, but she was giving an interview about, and she kind of stopped short of really saying anything. And again, I know that NDAs exist. I know you have, if there was a settlement or, but yeah, it's just a really unfortunate, awful situation that kind of keeps playing itself out. Like, I feel sorry for her, but she's also like staying in the spotlight. You know what I mean? And I don't, you know what I mean? I certainly don't wish her any ill will or anything, but it's just like, she okay? Like, is she doing all right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just, and maybe each person goes, like, they go through their own process to deal with what happened to them, but it just seems a little odd. It seems odd to kind of keep putting yourself in that place when it's been a source of so much discomfort and trauma and all kinds of issues. So I don't know. It's I know it's a bit complicated to try to get into the head of somebody who's in show business and what drives them and what motivates them, and even if they're trying to kind of reclaim what did happen. But again, it's a novel, right? It's not a memoir. It's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's changed. She's literally, there are character names there. That's the idea, right? It's not some kind of memoir of what happened to her, but a fictional novel.
Names were changed to protect their identity.
Okay, well, see, that's what I mean. It's like you're playing with the whole like true story thing. You're like, oh, this happened, but we changed the names. So it's like, personally, I actually don't really like that. But I'm talking from a literary perspective. Like, it's either this either is a first person account of what happened, or it's not. It's fiction. It's a story, and it's fine because it can be effective either way. But
when I heard the plot of this,
starts to feel bogus at a certain point. I'm just gonna say that.
When I heard the plot of this, my mind was literally like screaming legal loophole, legal loophole, legal loophole. Here's a couple of videos just in case you guys forgot about what just happened here. Here's one.
Hey, Dan Schneider. I know you're watching my Vine. Do you like my Vine? Fine. Look what you've done to me.
That's not creepy or unsettling in any way.
I guess we know that's gonna be her next book.
That was Jennette McCurdy.
Was that her?
Vine several years ago.
Oh my gosh.
That was her several years ago talking about Dan Schneider. Here's another video of her and Dan Schneider when they were actually working on their show, iCarly, several years ago.
They better on that time, but still, keep the attitude a little more where we were when you turned to him for the, you brighten it up a little bit. Okay, well, I still thought it was great, and then stop a bit more.
Stop laughing at the director. Show some respect, Jennette. Respect. No smiling. If you all right, take $100 off her check. Why are you people all yellow? Why do you look like Simpsons characters?
Why do we come out yellow? I'll play this extra.
Don't stare at me like that. You're scaring me.
Sorry.
The fans still don't know who you are.
They will.
Take a look at her, and then you've seen that face before. Here we go. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. All right.
But no, it's just the oh man, but it's that attitude.
Oh yeah.
I just want to point out it has long been confirmed that literal predators worked on Nickelodeon shows around the time that Dan Schneider was also working on Nickelodeon shows. Not to say he was directly involved with any of them, but there was a few crossings of the lines there every now and then. So, just something worth noting.
It's hard to know because we don't really have full access to the novel, so we don't know how close or how false. How close or how far it is from whatever she may or may not have had, and we don't know. I don't know if it's if she's trying to pass this off as consensual. I don't know if she's trying to pass this off as predatory. We don't know until we actually read this book. And if she's trying to get around it by suggesting it, we need to know what the characters are, how they're described. That's a good tell. if they
Mhm.
don't, if they are similar to someone or other people. That's why you always get that, purely coincidental bit at all these books and movies, so they could get around that and say, well, we're doing kind of a story, but we're not telling you, to protect ourselves. So until we see this, I'm just a little puzzled though, because I do know people who are in a May December romance, and they seem to be perfectly happy with that. So again, until we read the book, but yeah, if she wants to get around it, then that's one way. We're also going to find out what the response, if any, is from the people who it may mirror. Are they going to say something? Or are they going to be dumb enough to say, no, that's not what happened. I didn't seduce you or ply you with wine before I started
Mhm.
stripping you. So we'll see. We'll see who can get it. It's a bit like, it's almost a bit like Citizen Kane, where you knew that it was supposed to be about William Randolph Hearst, but they ran it through the lawyers so that they wouldn't get any lawsuits thrown their way. But you could
There's that
kind of
thing at the end of
read.
the movie credits. It's like
Yeah.
all people are
Yeah.
fictional, and any resemblance is completely coincidence.
Yeah. So yeah, you could so we could read between the lines, and people in the industry. That's the thing. People in the industry who read this book, will they understand what's going on, or is it just a complete total work of fiction and she just wants to live out her erotic fantasies about having a romance with someone whom is forbidden? I don't know. We'll find out, but I'm not reading it.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's really gonna like read this or go out of their way to read it. But like I said, it's just very, very, very interesting that all roads lead to this particular path here. Cider, what's your take on the McCurdy stuff?
So I had the biggest crush on this situation back when iCarly surfaced. So I really like the character Sam. Like that, I absolutely adored Sam. I think that was a great character, and it really disappoints me that Jennette McCurdy got crushed by all of this. I guess because I crossed Sam too much with her, that I thought she might be a bit too strong for like their pull. But there it is, I guess. You know, she played Sam well, and it made me think that she was badass enough to resist this stuff. But in the end, I guess none of them are.
Unfortunately, not. And like I said, the whole thing, Quiet on Set, came out roughly about what was about like a year or two ago, and that kind of got it into a lot of Dan Schneider's behavior. Not anything that was super salacious, but it was just like, oh, he was acting inappropriate with some of the women. So, and then even then, he had to like come out and threaten lawsuits and stuff like that, and things didn't really go very well after that. But it's been long alleged that something's been going on here with a multitude of people, and I feel like the only person who probably would have any kind of sway one way or another, kind of cracking this egg, is maybe Amanda Bynes. But the question is she too far gone to even be considered reliable one way or another for anything that she would have to talk about? Because obviously she's another one with massive mental instability issues, child actor. She worked with Dan Schneider, I think, ever since like in 95, 96, something like that. And her whole life came crashing down, which seems to be the trend for so many people in this like little bubble here that we call Hollywood. And Eddie did bring this little video up here, and like I said, it's the elephant in the room, and people tend not to want to talk about it. But let's just play this here real quick.
All that. But how about producers and directors and all the stories we've heard about? Hey, kid,
Well,
being famous, just being famous at that. How do you
this
handle it?
one guy, when I left Fox, I went to MGM for one picture. Thank goodness, only one. And when I got there with my mother, we were separated. She went into the office of Louis B. Mayer, and I went into the office of Arthur Freed. And he was going to talk to me about a movie he wanted to put me in. I'm 12 years old, And I thought he was a producer, but instead he was an exhibitor. And I'd never seen anyone naked before, except myself. So I had no clue about what was happening. And so it struck me so funny I laughed at him, and I laughed uproariously. I had tears, and he got infuriated. And he said, out, 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 go.
Did you tell your mother?
Well, I went down. I was very quiet. I went down and met her in the lobby of the administration building. She came out very quietly from Louis B. Mayer's office, and we walked hand in hand silently to the car, which was unusual. We got in the car driving home. I said, Mom, you won't believe what happened to me. And I told her what happened, and she got kind of quiet, and she said, well, you don't know what happened to me. And Louis B. Mayer wasn't as bad as Freed was to me.
He tried
but he came on to my mother. And so we both decided that we didn't like MGM much. It was, it was better at Fox.
Yeah, so
that's incredible because Arthur Freed produced a lot of those MGM musicals, and I know this sounds awful, but a lot of people assumed that he was gay because he was doing nothing but musicals. So the Freed unit was all musicals, and I mean, I'm not happy. I'm not happy that.
Yeah.
What?
You're not helping your case.
No. I'm not happy that I'm not happy that that's what happened. I'm not happy at all. But
he is shocked. Okay, again, you're taking what's the stereotype with. Never mind. I'm just gonna. You know what?
He's not helping his case. He doesn't realize how he's not helping his case.
The only thing I will say is that this is unfortunate because the parent was not there. It's more than likely that what happened to Shirley Temple and what happened to Jennette McCurdy might not have happened if the parents were there or more involved. Because with McCurdy, for McCurdy, she seemed the
her mother was
stage mom. Exactly.
Yeah, her mother was in on it.
The mom was not helpful.
That's what I've heard from a lot of people in that Nickelodeon Disney bubble. Is that a lot of the times the sad reality is the parents are in on it because
are you in the shower?
Who, me?
Yeah, sounds like you're in a shower.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my
what body are you burying? Anyway.
Yeah, the microphone's a little peculiar.
Let me try to fix that real quick. Yeah, it just had a little input incident there, so I'll try to switch that around.
Louis B. Mayer, I don't, and Rick can probably, he can say whether this is true or not. There are rumors that Louis B. Mayer is the one who basically fucked up Judy Garland.
Yes, yes, he did.
And so, listen, that is a complicated figure. Like, he's a towering figure. He's literally the lion in MGM. Like, he's towering figure, but there are just these moments of real ugly behavior that you just can't. There's just no way you're ever going to explain away some of that stuff, and it's just like,
oh yeah, he was, he was brutal with Garland. He was also very harsh with people like Crawford. If you saw that little bit, Mommy Dearest, that's actually very tame to how he was. Of course, other stars knew how to handle him. Like I think. I can't remember, but there was one that managed to wheedle more money out of him by pretending that they were so poor that they weren't making enough money that they couldn't invite him over to dinner. So, yeah, some knew how to handle them, but yeah, Mayer was not the best. I mean, he was probably better than Harry Cohn. I'll just put it that way.
Well, no, and that's what's so funny is you read through all the moguls and you're like, oh God, this guy's terrible, and then you get to the next one, he's like, this guy's even worse. It's like Jack Warner, Harry Cohn, all of them were fucking assholes. Like from time
Daryl
to time.
Zanuck, he literally chased was it Joan Collins down the hallway and was like close to like ravishing her right there in the hallway until another makeup artist walked by.
Can you imagine the Diddy files on those guys? That'd be great.
Yep.
I mean, where do you think Diddy learned it from? He was the first.
Do you have a seance with Louis B. Mayer and Harry Cohn?
I'm just saying, maybe. I mean, look, we all, not all of us, I mean, a couple of us here didn't, but we all saw the movie Babylon. I mean, we know how long stuff like that's been going on in Hollywood. At some point, maybe we'll just have to accept that that's the culture of the town.
Babylon. We suffered through Babylon.
That movie was supposed to be a love letter to Hollywood. I want to keep that in mind.
Well,
there.
more like Hollywood Babylon, those trashy books that I do enjoy. I think the only one, the closest mogul who doesn't have any scandals, Walt Disney. He was just a Nazi, allegedly.
Yeah. And that came out after, he had some opinions about, unions and commies that people didn't like. So
yeah, it's just look, the problem with Walt Disney is that he had no personality. It's really the issue. I mean, obviously that played out in his favor, and he was like probably a very decent man. But you also have that fictional biography with Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson that I cannot
Saving
remember.
Mr. Banks.
Thank you. That is absolute horseshit. Because Walt Disney was still a mogul, and he still was a bit of a taskmaster, and was not the kindest to his workers. Is all I'm going to say. So I mean, again,
he was fine. He was fine with Annette Funicello. He actually was very paternal towards her. It was Tommy Kirk that he had an issue with. Though to be fair, not to besmear his memory, but Tommy Kirk was having a relationship with an underage minor, so it's not. I mean,
it just kind of was around.
What a complicated fucking time, and everybody pretending like they were all like upright.
I'm watching. Okay, you're right. I'm rewatching Mad Men. I didn't watch it before.
Oh, I love it.
Watching Mad Men. There's no way the 50s were like the way they told us. Like
60.
how?
It starts in 1960. Yeah, I get it.
But it was never the way that they ever told. Like I was told, no one touched each other until 1988.
That's right.
We watched Spring Break, so we knew that's not true.
And this is why I know Rob watched Pleasantville, and I have seen it too. That's why I have a hard time believing that that's the reality, even of the fictional show, because no show where everything is perfect would have worked, and the 50s are always portrayed in that way. It was much more complicated. Life is complicated in general, but the 50s were not the halcyon days, neither were the 40s, and like the 80s were not like awful periods of time. It's complicated. I wish we wouldn't romanticize the past as much as we do, but we also don't need to vilify it.
It's funny you say that because Bret Easton Ellis, whenever he talks about the late 80s or mid 80s in Manhattan, like, of course, he just made money off his book deal, so he's just high on coke all the time, and having sex and all this stuff. But it's like, yeah, it was good for you. Of course, it was. A lot of other people hated it. So it's just like, it's funny how we all like idealize certain time periods, and you realize, and you just have that realization that like, oh, it's because I was young.
Look, the moral of this story is that Jennette McCurdy may or may not be trying to let the world know about her trauma in a non-legal loophole-ish type of way. So I don't know, maybe pay just a little bit of attention to what's going on there.
I'm glad it's not going to be a Lifetime movie. That's what the whole. If you read the synopsis, that's what it kind of comes out like. The wild wanderlust of Waldo. I'm not really happy with it.
Yeah, no one wants to
see terrible.
Nobody wants to see Hillary Burton in like some kind of a bullshit casserole on the Lifetime network. So that's a whole little sidebar we can get into on another day. But so I want to talk about this because this to me is absolutely hysterical. Jessica Chastain has a new show on Apple TV coming out, and it is insufferable. Like, Jessica Chastain is like the textbook insufferable white woman. Like, every stereotype you can put in a box, like she represents that to a T. There's a show she's working on. Apparently the show is about a white woman with a multiracial family going deep into the internet to expose right-wing hatred on social media platforms or something like that. This show, this trailer is so woke and so dumb. It has been memed to hell in record. This show doesn't come out for another month, and people have already memed the show to oblivion. But let's just play this because I haven't seen the full trailer yet, just for the sole purpose of this show. So let's see just how bad this experience truly is. Apple TV, you pay money for this.
Hey kids, come on. What you looking at? She's working.
She's working? thought this was a no-work weekend, Mom.
Get it? Her kids are black. Did you guys pick up on that?
No way.
How did that happen?
Is this to meet some diversity awards consideration?
Yes. And who knows? One of them are probably gay too, because they also have to check that box in. Like,
right. What's the symbolism? What's the symbolism of the little girl with the Band-Aid on her throat?
This has to be like some kind of alternate universe where Kimberly married Zach from Power Rangers, and this is the family that they became.
There we go. I can relate to this now.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yep. Oh wait, here you go.
I think they'd make cuter kids though. Uh-oh. He's got to go to the barn.
It's going to be a coordinated mass attack. Blood will be shed. Locked and loaded. Been planted for months. The hunt has begun.
Oh my gosh, he's following the trans shooter.
The Discord noise. Oh no.
No. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh. Why does the road look like
11?
That seems very low.
What have you been doing all day?
By the way, I think they released this literally days either before or after the trans shooter killed kids, right? So remember, they want you to believe that it's the white racist extremists that are the problem.
Well, it turns out it was a white racist extremist.
Wait a minute. We're not
fair enough.
In those extreme attacks, we're not counting September 11th as an extremist attack, correct?
No.
Okay. No.
Because this is between 1995 and 2023.
All night sometimes. I track people who are planning attacks. My job is pretending.
Did anyone not track the trans shooter? Did no one?
Nope.
No,
Not especially not the FBI.
Yeah,
Especially not this shooter right here. Look at this.
And it's always funny how the FBI always tells us after the fact, oh, by the way, this person was on our radar. We were monitoring them. I don't know what happened
The
between them.
FBI was too busy raiding Mar-a-Lago and going through Melania's undergarments, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you see that she said yes on Discord? That's how you knew the FBI was in on it.
Oh, man. Yeah, 'cause she totally doesn't look like a Fed.
Right?
Right. Think like them to stop those people from doing really bad things.
FBI, on your knees!
That's why we call her the savant.
She's the savant.
Get it? She's a savant for white nationalist.
That's why we call her retarded.
Bombings, ambushes. We're on the verge of serious violence. I've been watching him for a year and a half. He's recruiting for something. I don't know.
Oh
what it
man,
is,
this
but
looks like something I'm writing right now.
It's massive.
Ooh.
This guy isn't just planning violence. He's out to make a statement.
What kind of a statement?
Get it? They're all pro-American. That's how you know they're terrorists.
What kind of journalist are you?
Mm-hmm.
The kind that history refers to with a month and a date.
Like October 7th?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Innocent Americans are going to die. We need to infiltrate further.
I don't think you
Wait, so she's gonna attack an entire neighborhood?
Listen to me. They have photos of your family. You think if you engage with terrible things, you're daring even worse.
Don't shoot that child.
I wouldn't say she's a savant is typing that slow. Jeez.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I do like the title is this fucking like, it's this like comment on, hey, this person's important. They're special. Pay attention, goddammit.
So this thing went viral over the course of the last couple of days, and within hours, this became a new meme template. People have just memed the hell out of this thing. So here's a few of some of the funny ones that I saw here. Cider loved this one. And they say the average height of a woman is 5'5", and my friend Sarah is 5'8". So
there's so many layers to this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So your first pass is like, yes, the argumentative woman. I have an example that is contradictory to this generalization. But then your second thought is, her friend Sarah's a dude.
Yeah. That's the other one too, right? Because like I said, Sarah, question mark. Here's another one. Another good one here.
Are these,
it says,
are these the tweets that radicalized her?
Yeah, right. Wait, why did the dogs and the kids start catching monkeypox? It's like, oh boy. Remember
Who's
that
eating the geese?
Oy vey.
Who's eating the geese? Yeah.
Why is everyone talking about returning their shopping carts at the grocery store?
That is the ultimate filter, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, why does the smoke alarm keep chirping?
All right, they could have done something racist to make this relevant, but I'm not. Yeah.
Yep. What else do we got here? Each posts a single letter. It's some kind of code. It's like, oh.
Okay, I saw the one. Why do they keep posting N?
There was one that was like, why do they keep asking if I'm Jewish? I mean, there's so many of those all over here. I don't understand.
Why did they keep saying I'm a Fed? I've already eaten.
It's like, I don't get it. We made a show where they're the bad guys. Why aren't they giving up?
We're mocking the sincerity, I presume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this meme is clearly making fun of Jessica Chastain's show.
Her name isn't Karen in the show, is it?
I don't know what it is. I'll look it up here in a second. But it says, what does the knife in Protect Trans Kids mean? And why is the Lieutenant Governor displaying it, right? Just people asking questions. That's all. They're just nothing but, a bunch of... Oh, my God.
They keep sending me depressed frogs. I don't know what it means.
Shot a what?
Yeah, I mean, it's just so great.
Norman
Norman Macdonald clips everywhere. What is going on?
I keep finding myself quoting him by accident. My husband's starting to worry.
There are 100 of guys replying "Hell yeah" with a photo of a stick.
Those are the real terrorists. The terrorists have won on that one. Absolutely. That's how you actually gathered them up.
Oh man, what else do we got here? So it's like, they're calling each other F slur and R slurs. I mean, these just go on like forever. Like it's just like literally just go. And now people are getting mad because this show that was literally supposed to attack white nationalists is getting memed to hell. It's like, that's strange. This black man doesn't like Black Panther. Well, he clearly isn't black. I should call him out.
Is that for you, Jacob?
It may be. It legitimately may be.
Cider. The names of this movie.
What did I do?
I'll ask you first. What is your take on Jessica Chastain's Insufferable White Woman series?
You are the token white guy here, so you have to answer.
Yeah, Rob, take that. But,
Rob's a quarter Mexican, so I claim him.
Rob's working out in the morning.
Oh, jeez. It's totally not a white guy thing to do. Yeah. But anyway, it's another one of those, we forgot it's not woke time anymore things, like completely, like 5 years ago. Yeah, probably this would have been like a big thing during the pandemic. People were like, oh my God, no way. This is like that true crime series I've been watching about the Nazis in South Carolina. And that wasn't a thing. I just made that up. But anyway, and they did too. But so the situation with this whole series is that it's more boogeyman stuff. It's more like, oh gosh, you do Trump supporter in your family, he is definitely going to shoot your child because they are not white. Run away. I'm so tired of it. I really am. And so is everybody else. This is why this whole argument we're having with the left is like, you're just protecting Trump. And we're like, maybe, but also you guys just fucking suck. Like, can we just call it, say you guys just fucking suck without being like, oh, you're protecting Trump. No, you just suck.
Have you ever stopped to consider that maybe the reason why the last 10 years this country has happened is because nobody likes you? Have you ever stopped to consider?
Right.
It's because of Trump.
Everybody likes me. I'm not Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the right side of history.
I'm a good person, guys.
I do the right thing.
I said Happy Pride Month.
I protect
guys,
all kids, including kids.
When George Floyd happened, I put a black square on my social media account.
And I meant it.
Oh man, Rob, what is your take on this absolute nonsensical foolishness?
Look, I hate Jessica Chastain anyway, so this is a non-starter for me. But yeah, and anytime I get to shit on that woman, it's a win. So I hated Zero Dark 30. Even like her stuff that was like somewhat passable. Like, what was that fucking terrible movie, Miss Sloane? And then
Yeah, there's been a few of them. There's been a few like bad ones. Like there was the Ava movie that came out not too long ago. That was terrible. The 355 Eyes on 10. Like, there's been some rotten movies that she's been involved with over the last few years.
Yeah, and I do occasionally mix her up with Bryce Dallas Howard, another woman I hate. But it's fine. It's because I wanted to make fun of her for Argyle, and I had to remember, oh yeah, Jessica Chastain wasn't in that. But she won an Oscar for basically beating up a televangelist who like had died years prior, because of her like her husband, who was a drug user, alcoholic, whatever, who Andrew Garfield played. And so the whole movie is just that, like, it's just using these televangelists, who are dead, by the way, as a punching bag. And to be fair, I hate televangelists. I think they're shitty. But I don't like movies that basically are like, hey, look how awful these people are. Hey, and we're going to try to present it in a slightly satirical bent because it's kind of funny. No, it's not.
We're going to go after Christians because that's his original thought in Hollywood, right?
And listen, like, you should feel bad for the people that got taken advantage of. That, like, it would send their money into these people. That's ultimately, like, what it is. But anyway, so Jessica Chastain, like, she's seen, I guess, as a leading actress. Never done it for me. I don't think she's attractive. I don't think she's a very good actress. She doesn't play interesting characters. So now she's playing
she won an Oscar.
Full-arm bureaucrat who is going after the very important work of white extremists who are in cells and are quickly forming to overtake the domestic structure of security, and it's just a bunch of fucking nonsense. It's a bunch of like leftist, goon material. It's basically like, oh, the Nazis are out there and we're gonna get them, and because they're out, they're so plentiful and in number, and totally not an relevant force of people that are
Jessica Chastain is a Nazi gooner. I love it.
Yep, that's fantastic.
Which is sorry, because I mean they're part of the country where there were neo-Nazis like camp, like out in Idaho, out in parts of Eastern Washington. Like that was a very real thing. Like that movie, I'm trying to remember the movie that came out last year with Jude Law, The Order. It's literally about that specific gang. Like that's fine. Tell that story, like whatever. But the idea that there's currently these cells that are they did the same thing with fucking Islamic terrorists after 9/11. It's the same fucking playbook. But whatever. I'll shut the fuck up now.
I will say this. For my only pushback is that I actually think that Jessica Chastain is very attractive.
Okay.
With that said, I understand that she is also the textbook definition of why they tell you do not stick your dick in crazy. If you actually look up to her,
what? You get kids looking like that, I guess.
If you look back at her family background, I mean, it's a mess. She was the product of teen parents. Her dad was some kind of like deadbeat musician. He died. They never had a good relationship whatsoever. So it's clear to everyone that she has severe daddy issues. Her sister committed suicide. Like her family is an absolute mess. The fact that she's not strung out somewhere on heroin is probably a miracle in and of itself. With that said, she is a mess of a human being, and she's been in a lot of terrible films, such as this one in particular. And I know it's not technically a film, it's a series, but it still applies here. Secondly, with Chastain and a lot of these other people here, and this is kind of where we just reach a breaking point. Propaganda used to be subtle. It used to be so subtle that you didn't notice it, and you had to have it be pointed out to you that it was like, oh yeah, I do kind of see that. Hollywood has lost all subtlety. They've basically gone with the sledgehammer approach, and then they create stuff like this, which is obviously propaganda, which is obviously them. 'Cause this was, I believe, filmed right before the election. So perhaps they thought that Biden or Harris was going to win, and then they thought this would be kind of a timely topic, and then it just looks even worse in retrospect here. So all of these shows all of these movies are them just kind of melting down at their mental view of the world and expecting us to consume it as content. Because like I said, you have to pay money to watch this series, and I do not think that anyone is going to be breaking their necks to watch this utter shite. I think is the only way that I can describe it there. Rick, what's your take?
Yeah, well, they could always go and watch G20 and see, what would have been, what would have happened if Kamala had won. She would have taken down all those terrorists. I was also reminded of The Order, and that movie flopped. I didn't think it was particularly good. I might have given it a mildly positive. I can't remember. It wasn't that good. It's always been this. Well, I would say it's always been, but this is not something new. I think in one of the Tom Clancy, Harrison Ford adaptations, they had to change the terrorists from like neo-Nazi. They had to change them to neo-Nazis because they didn't want to offend someone. This is a very curious thing. She could be investigating actual, I don't want to say actual terrorism, but she could be investigating other types of domestic terrorism. She could be investigating a jihadi cell. That's perfectly logical.
Yeah, but then the bad guys are brown people. We can't have brown people bad guys.
It is a very curious thing for me that all of these domestic terrorist programs, films, books, it's always people who are like, oh, we gotta, they all get their ideas from the Turner Diaries. That this is a kind of always white supremacist. I never met a white supremacist. I don't think they'd want to meet me, but that's neither here nor there. Point being, there are other types of terrorists who are very active right now. You could have a blend. You could have Chechen terrorists. They're pretty fair-skinned and red hair and green eyes, but they're also Islamic. Whoa. So there you go. You could have the best of both worlds there. How many? I'm just curious. I know that they posted on their trailer that between 1994 and 2020, the Summer of Love, that there were all these thousands of domestic terrorists. What was the percentage of it being white supremacists, neo-Nazis, the very fine people on both sides deal? I mean, what was the percentage? I'm just curious. So perfectly, I'm just asking questions, as the kids say. What was the percentage? Does anyone know?
Most white things are usually 1% because white people don't like hanging out with each other,
unless it's a country club.
Especially white people like Jessica Chastain.
Whoa. Look, hey, anytime 10 of us get into a place together, people think we're going to throw over like a race war or something. We're going to cause a problem, okay? We can't get together because people start suspecting we're going to start the Fourth Reich.
But you have that problem in Maine. I mean, there's both white people up there.
I just went to South Carolina in a football stadium with about 90,000 white people. Statistically, according to Hollywood, I should not have made it back.
Were you in a sundown town? Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I had the same experience when I went to Charleston, and I got treated very well. I was always surprised. Charleston, South Carolina. That's right.
Place that people like to go to and like brag about. Like,
I went there. I went to Savannah.
You went to Charleston. I went to the place that no one goes to unless they're on their way to Gatlinburg and their car breaks down. That's where I went to.
Gatlinburg's a hell of a place.
It's the place that people seek out in South Carolina.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I was in the heart of the Confederacy, and not one person ever said anything racist against me. I was welcomed, and they even gave me she crab soup. It was like I got true Southern hospitality. So I don't know where all of these. I guess they were further down in the woods somewhere. I don't know where all of these raging racists were about to, kill me. I don't know where they were at. They weren't around where I was.
At Denny's. They were at Denny's.
They're all hung out there. They're all white.
I think they're probably at the Waffle House, right?
I'm more concerned with like the passive aggressive behavior if I ever go down south, because I have to like listen to what people are actually saying and be like, "Oh, are you mocking me? Is that?"
All right, calm down, my cousin
Say,
Vinny.
bless your heart, I will shove it down your fucking throat. Okay, so don't
You
even
just say you want to fucking go, bro.
Oh, come on, Rob. I say bless your heart, and I'm hardly from the South.
Well,
yeah, but it's still
like
passive
that.
aggressive, so that doesn't negate the fact that he wants to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Well, he usually does, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, it's like, guys, this stuff doesn't work anymore, and then you guys are kind of wondering why you're in this position where no one wants to consume it. Because this is why. This is your newsflash. You're the problem.
What do I always say? What do I always say? Who is the target audience?
Much like Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriend, they weren't the problem. It was her. She was the problem the entire time.
So
at some point, you're just going to have to accept this.
I still don't understand the title. So why is she a savant? All she does is log on to Discord.
She's a Nazi whisperer. Actually, that would have been that would have been a far better title. That would have been a far better title.
I'm pretty sure the show. There's a scene where she's sleeping with the guy that she's trying to convince.
Of course,
that she's a white supremacist.
Of course she is.
She's going deep undercover, guys. She's doing research.
Yeah.
She went deep undercover until her mulatto kids got exposed, and then all of this.
That'd be a hell of a season 2 if she decided to dump her black husband for a white dick. That'd be amazing. I don't know if Apple wanted to go for that.
Well, isn't that what Travis Kelce did? He dumped his black girlfriend for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's basically a Nazi, right?
Yeah, I see her albums all the fucking time. They drive me nuts.
I don't know.
Well, unless you got anything more to say about this show getting memed out of existence before it even premiered.
It's going to win a bunch of Emmys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, if this planet is still here and by next month, then yeah, we'll watch a couple episodes, maybe. Who knows? We'll decide it later. Let's end the show talking about the cult of Taylor Swift, because this is in fact a cult. Taylor Swift is like head witch priestess of white women, and it's getting very disturbing. So she got engaged to that football player she's been dating for the last couple of years. I don't think anyone. No, I can't say that, because apparently this was like the Super Bowl for white women when it happened, when it got announced that she's engaged now, guys. Finally we've won. We won, and then it's like, what did you win? What are we doing here? So
They're not going to be any more dates. They're not going to be any more dating for Taylor.
This is the CBS news reporter outside of the White House.
Jesus.
While the news broke that Taylor Swift got engaged, and just look how she emotionally reacts to this non-story.
I've not seen this.
Yeah, not for nothing, but she ain't act like this when Gaza was getting bombed.
Taylor Swift is engaged. Taylor Swift
Oh my
is
God.
engaged. This, come back to me.
Come back
She
to
just
me.
Posted it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Breaking news.
These are. I just want to point this out. These are the people who are telling you Trump is bad. Yep. These are the people.
They speak truth to power.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is the saddest song I ever heard. Is this a Taylor song?
I think it is Eddie, actually. I think that.
It feels like Paul Revere.
By the way, these are all real tweets, by the way.
Jeez. I wonder who said that one.
Yeah, so she's been getting roasted. She's been getting roasted to hell, but it's not just her. Particularly white women. Like, let's be honest, because I mean, Beyonce has black women in a spell as well, but Taylor Swift is definitely the white woman savant here. Here's another individual trying to cope with Taylor Swift's engagement.
If you're 40 or older and single on the day
Okay.
that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift got engaged, this video is for you. Everybody else,
shit.
like, keep scrolling, go away.
Everyone leave. She's talking to me.
My besties right
Oh,
now,
yeah.
And hopefully I'm not the only one. right away you hear the news, and after you're done texting your friends or just like
Friends?
excited, 15 minutes go by and just
If you text me, like seriously, I'm not even like guys. I want to make perfectly sure that I'm not joking when I say this. If you text me in the middle of the day while I'm at work to let me know that Taylor Swift got engaged, not only am I going to block you, I'm probably going to drive to your house and punch you in the face. And I think I would be pretty reasonable by doing that. I don't think that's an unreasonable response, right?
Yeah, no.
Just for the record, this video misspelled Kelce.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Yeah, right.
little cloud of sadness kind of enters your realm, and you start thinking about, oh my god,
Is that why I've been depressed for the past 5 months?
and you're like, oh, they haven't proposed.
Yeah, because Taylor Swift got engaged the other day. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And then immediately after having that thought, oh my gosh,
Uh-huh.
I'm so selfish. Like, why am I thinking this? This is about Taylor Swift. Why am I making it about me? I'm the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
Why do you care?
Yes. Well, at least she's self-evident.
Right. You're learning.
But then she says this.
I just want you to know, we're gonna be okay. Okay.
Are we?
We're gonna be fine.
What?
We're still happy for Mother. You're not a terrible
Mother.
person. It
Mother?
didn't happen for you.
Mother?
Yeah. Taylor Swift is mother, guys. Did you guys
Okay, that's some witchcraft shit right there. I wouldn't believe it. The whole witchcraft. That's some witchcraft.
It's very funny you
witchy
say
shit.
that because one of my favorite horror movies is Suspiria, and yeah, that's
Right,
let me
right,
just
right.
say this right now. It's about a witch's coven, and there's literally a mother, mother witch figure. And anyway, just watch that sometime if you want to get freaked out. Or see the
and here's the big thread here is that there's a lot of women in their 30s and their 40s that somehow have a warped sense. Yeah, that too. Who somehow have this warped sense of reality that, hey guys, Taylor Swift got engaged. If she can find love, I can find love too in my 30s.
Not with
That
those
is not how it
bunny,
works.
Not with those bunny
fucking
ears.
billionaire.
Not with those
Christ.
bunny ears on your head, honey. You're just not. No, I would think that you're insane.
There's more. Here's
Where's
Reese
that?
Witherspoon.
Concentrate and do work here, and Taylor Swift got engaged, and it's just very exciting.
Wait, now we gotta see the ring. Where's the ring?
Where's the
Show
ring?
me the ring.
Is Taylor there?
So,
That's a pretty ring.
It's just exciting. I'm so
And
excited.
what marriage is
Is that
Reese Witherspoon
Taylor?
on?
Wait,
No, it's not her. Those are just random white women who are celebrating as
How
if
big
their
is the
team
ring?
just won the Super Bowl because Taylor Swift got engaged.
How do they know how big the ring is? Is that the
Somebody
ring?
found a picture of the ring, and they're like,
She
"Oh my
was
god!
showing
Oh my
off
god!"
Some event she was at the other night. Sorry, I know that. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, social media, for like fucking making me a fucking idiot. Awesome.
They legitimately asked Trump at a major press conference about something that is actually important about Taylor Swift's engagement.
did you see the look on his face when they asked him?
Look.
I have to tell you the biggest pop culture news of the year broke while we were in this cabinet meeting. Travis
Of the
Kelce
year.
and Taylor Swift are engaged, and the world wants your reaction, sir.
Look at Vance.
Well, I wish him a lot
JD
of
Vance
luck.
is even happy about it.
No, I think he's a great player.
We're at a United States White House cabinet meeting. You're asking the president of the United States about Taylor Swift's engagement.
What's your favorite ice
And
cream?
then you
Mr.
wonder
Trump?
why no one takes you guys seriously when you're melting down about ice? This is why.
Player. I think he's a great guy, and I think
He is a
that
great
she's
guy.
a terrific person. So I wish them a lot of luck.
She's a
I'm
witch,
serious.
Mr.
I have to
President.
tell you the biggest pop culture
It's the biggest pop culture news, guys.
Pop
Idiocracy.
culture is just.
I like Ludlow over there in the background going, "Hey, what's going on over here?"
You guys have seen Idiocracy, right? Like, I don't
Yes.
need to, like,
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
This is exactly what this the lowest common denominator fucking bullshit that people are just being distracted with. And it's fine if that's what you like, that's what you're interested in. But like, this is like things are being decided by the people talking about this frivolous fucking celebrity bullshit right now.
Women are almost 51% of the population in the United States, and this is the biggest thing that's happened to them all year. We've had lots of crazy shit happen, fellas. This is the only thing the women are going to take away from this year.
Here's more Swifties. They're all women, and they're mostly
I would hope.
white.
I would
Here,
fucking hope, Jacob.
there's a guy there.
Oh, look, there's one that's trying to pretend to DJ.
There's a guy there.
It's Liz.
I want you guys to just understand this for a second. You're supposed to find a wife out of this bunch.
Yeah,
like, you're supposed to settle down, have kids, be married and happy with one of these women.
With this CrossFit class.
And then you're wondering why this generation is having sex at a rate that we haven't seen since the last World War.
Well,
Okay, it's not a red flag. You know, it's not like an automatic off my list if you like Taylor Swift. But if you're like an obsessive, crazy girl for Taylor Swift, then it's probably a no.
Bye.
And I know women who are obsessive Taylor Swift fans. I would say it's probably a red flag.
You know, it's supposed to be one of those silent concerts, you know, when like you're not supposed to hear the music.
Right. It's a deep yoga event.
Yeah.
And they're not. The text says that they're not celebrating her engagement. They're just like singing along to her.
They're just incanting. They're just doing a rain dance for her.
Well, we saw videos of her film, of her concert film, and just
true.
the idolatry that was going on there. And it wasn't just women. I presume there were gay men in there too.
Guys, look, I don't endorse jihad, but if someone were to like pull a pin and just I'm not going to finish that. I'm just going to keep moving on here. Here's another reaction to the Taylor Swift news that everyone's ecstatic about.
Oh, wait! Oh my God, Taylor Swift is engaged. I feel like my daughter just got engaged.
club.
This is so exciting.
You're not invited.
I hope she bans people from taking pictures at it.
She never got engaged.
It never happened.
Shaking.
No,
literally shaking.
America are getting
There he
married.
is.
The royal
Finally,
wedding
we
is
see a
upon
gay
us.
man.
Breaking news. Taylor Swift
Okay,
is
now they're
getting
just gonna cause
married.
chaos with them now.
I'm so excited.
Oh my God, I feel like Paul Revere right now. They're engaged. They're
Again,
engaged.
another
I
person that-
literally- I've texted 2 people already. Like,
One of them was Jacob.
what? I'm just.
Where's Jacob?
I
They're
checked
both
on
things.
Instagram and they're f***ing engaged.
You would have to surgically remove my foot out of your ass if you tell me about Taylor Swift and her engagement.
I'm puzzled as to why they keep comparing themselves to Paul Revere.
Because the news is that Taylor Swift is engaged, Rick. She's engaged. Don't you guys know that this is massive news?
This is not like the attack. This is not like the British are about to come and attack and steal literally take your weapons from.
We should be happy. We should be happy these women are finally turning to the right. They're finally accepting that George Washington and Abraham Lincoln were right the entire time.
Oh,
and now they're going to start voting Trump immediately. Thank you, Paul Revere.
Yeah.
By the way, this woman says Taylor didn't get start dating Travis till she was 33, and now she's engaged at 35. You still have time, ladies.
But wait, the Paul Revere thing makes sense. Wait, it makes sense, right? So he's riding on the horse, he's going through, and he says, "The vibe is shifting. The vibe is shifting."
Oh my god.
Well, do we know? Did she point out how many men she dated before she was 33?
So many men, so little time.
Like I said, just like all of her songs, all of her songs suggest, it was the men every single time. Every single man that Taylor Swift has ever dated was the problem in her relationship. They all treated her wrong. They all treated her bad. It was literally all their fault. And now she finally has someone who's going to treat her right because Taylor Swift is mother.
The jock.
Mm-hmm.
Another. Here we go. The fat gay man's opinion.
It is perfect. It is perfect identification. I think that's why they worship her, because they see themselves in her. You know, all the guys that they date, it's never the girl. It's always the guy who's at fault. And now that she has found someone, she has found Travis. Now they can also find a man.
Taylor Swift is the embodiment of never taking any accountability for the status of your relationships.
Did they find love in a hopeless place, Rick?
No, that's Rihanna. That's that's brown girl. Don't
That's
mix
the
brown
wrong
girl with
basic
white girl.
bitch. Sorry.
Okay, so this is how behind I am on the whole Taylor Swift thing. Like, I think when I was a teenager, that song "Love Story" came out. That's how behind, like, the whole like post. Oh, she's not a country singer. It's like she never was. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Just because she
that's
sang
how
about
far
the-
back. Like, I have to go back to when I was like 16, 17. You know what I mean? So that's it's. And look, I'm kind of amazed that this woman has amassed a career that, like, she's a fucking billionaire. That's insane. But like zero interest in like the cult of personality, like the people that follow her around and are obsessed with her. I just don't get it.
That's it.
I have no idea what the appeal is. Like I can like pop music, but like I've heard, like, when someone will put on a Taylor Swift song, I'm like, this sounds like garbage. It doesn't even sound like a pop song.
The
At least
thing
what
is
I would
And you know what, Rob? A man who doesn't like Taylor Swift, that gives me the ick.
Okay.
No, I'll say this much, that I've heard her songs because she had so many alleged hits. They all sounded the same. I did not know that it was the same person. It was like, I just, who are these people? It's like, oh, that's Taylor Swift, and they're all Taylor Swift. I'm like, really? Why?
I just realized. I just realized that Taylor Swift is the Barbara Streisand of this generation. I've never heard her music. I don't know any of her songs at all. But she's the most beloved woman in all of womanhood for some reason.
She's not that beloved. People were applauding when she got run over in Amsterdam. So there's that.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Before I
That's
go
Sean-
to
that's Schadenfreude.
Before I go to Tim Dillon, here's another cringeworthy. Oh my God, Taylor is getting engaged video again.
I'm dead serious. She just posted on Instagram. What the hell is happening? What the hell is happening right now? It's literally on her Instagram.
I'm never gonna get my chance with Travis again, man.
What the fuck is happening? Oh my God.
Wait, did they just say mom and the gym teacher are getting married?
Yes.
Yes, that was a bit of a meme, or that was a bit of a thing for a while. It was very
And-
bizarre. I didn't understand it.
So here's Tim Dillon in a way, basically summarizing how we all feel watching all these videos.
If you believe that the Taylor Swift song is talking to you, you need a burqa now. You need a burqa now. If you broke down in tears because Taylor Swift got engaged to that vaccine shill, you need a burqa draped on you now, acid in the face. Acid in the face, religious beliefs. If
So true. Everything.
All right, no, we're not endorsing that.
Abul, get the rocks.
That's a nice pretty roof you got there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said,
It's Handmaid's Tale all over again.
I don't know what more to say at this. It's just a sad state of our reality. This is why people are open to the idea of a giant rock just smashing our planet to bits at this point.
Giant meteor.
Because 51% of the population are women.
Isn't Atlas IO1 supposed to like be the aliens though that land and enslave us in November? Right? Isn't that supposed to happen?
Well, I think we're waiting for Hale Bob to come back and bring back all those people from Heaven's Gate.
Oh,
That would be so cool. A guy there owes me $10.
Go on a rant that they're, just forget all these distractions. There's no end of the world. There's no aliens. There's no nothing. We're just gonna have to deal with this or perish. That's pretty much it. So figure it out, guys. Or it's not gonna happen.
Just have comfort in the fact that Taylor Swift is also going to be hurled into the sun pretty soon too.
Look, I hope that those people who think that the rapture is going to happen in 3 weeks are correct, because I don't know how much more of this I can take. I think it's time to just get off this planet. While
This
we have
goes
time.
beyond fandom. Look, look. If you like her music, I don't know why, but if you like her music, fine. But you deciding that her getting engaged after an endless parade of dating with various types of men, if you think that this is something that you personally need to celebrate and that brings you joy and that you cry more than you do like if your brother, your sister, or you yourself got engaged. There's something seriously empty in you.
No, Rick, I got to push back. Look, you have to understand what this means right here. If Taylor Swift can get married to a multi-millionaire superstar football player, that means that I still have hope.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, not if you're wearing those bunny ears. You don't have hope.
But it reminds me of that. I don't know if Cider shared it, but it's like, or if it was Jacob, but it was like the meme from The Savant. Where it's just like, the average woman is 5'5", but my friend Lauren is 5'8".
Exactly.
It's like, listen to what is being said. You know what I mean? Like, listen to that's a celebrity. That's a billionaire woman, and even if she was mid, which she is, like a 6 or whatever, it doesn't fucking matter because there's so many people that would literally, want to be with her just for her celebrity, for her, what they can give her money, all these things that have nothing to do with her personality. And the fact that like you see her as a symbol of success. Why? It's like, that's not real. It's a facade. It's like a celebrity. It's all of this is bullshit to make you believe, to make you buy albums, to make you buy merchandise, to make you buy whatever it fucking is that made her a billionaire. She convinced you of some fantasy that you want to be true for you, which is what? A super rich princess that some ruggedly handsome man makes his focal point of his life. And it's like, we're talking about professional athletes who literally get what thrown at them every day of their lives. So it's like, okay, I hope you have a great, strong relationship and this isn't just for show. And I mean, even celebrity couples, a lot of that is just an organized relationship or an arranged marriage. And so it's like, you'd rather believe in this projected fantasy, which is fine. Listen, the movies have existed for 100 years for this same thing. Romance novels have existed for this very same thing. It's, just have a little self-awareness, because like these women that just go batshit insane for what? For a girl singing about her relationship problems?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, the occasional very eccentric man as well.
How is that different than a soap opera? And look, the NFL is a soap opera in the same sense, but it's just like, I fully acknowledge how completely fabricated it is. The game is real, but like all the storylines and all the things that gain people's interests or it's all the same shit, dude. It's all the same. It's not real. It's just a thing to be distracted by while your real life passes you by. So that's all.
The only thing Taylor really has to worry about is the next album, because that next album is going to really be amazing. Like it's gonna be like Etta James kind of like soulful kind of love album kind of a thing, where she truly shows it. Otherwise,
you really put Taylor Swift in the same sentence with Etta James.
No, what I'm saying is what I'm saying is that
I'm gonna get that shovel. I'm gonna get that shovel and take care of it.
What I'm saying is that the next album better be like that kind of, oh my God, I'm in love. Otherwise, this marriage has been a sham ever since the engagement was announced. Because if she's going to continue writing more songs about being a lonely schoolgirl or whatever the fuck she writes about, it's going to be a mess with this marriage. It's going to be Greg Allman and Cher all over again.
I'm just curious as to what Travis Kelce is willing to do for this.
Not win a Super Bowl again.
Is he that much in love? I mean, does he not even care about the endless parade of public relationships that this woman has had?
Are we still assuming that this relationship is real and not like some CIA psyop?
Well, I don't know. We need the savant to figure that out for us.
I know.
I just really quick, because like I just want to point this out, and it's like, what does this have to do with anything? I don't know. The guy that was married to Lena Dunham, okay? He was married to Lena Dunham. They got divorced, and he is now married to Margaret Qualley. That's all I wanted to say. I'm pretty sure that same guy also dated Taylor Swift. So just I
don't believe in the concept of upgrading, but objectively that's an upgrade.
Wow. Dude, he turned in his phone and got a new plan.
Like, what the hell, man?
That's the type of upgrade that men dream about, but you don't just accept that it's fantasy, not a reality.
Jack Antonoff or whatever his name is. Yeah, I just don't understand. And then, and by the way, and the whole Pete Davidson thing, I'm just convinced it's a psyop. It's like, okay, that's fine. You just date
That's a
every
psyop.
possibly attractive younger woman, and it's fine. I'm sure that's not real, but that's fine. I'll just, yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is interesting. By the way, like this could negatively affect Taylor Swift's career because it's like her whole gimmick is breakup songs. So are we ready for happy Taylor Swift songs? Is that something that we're actually ready for, especially when the overwhelming majority of her fan base are single and definitely not happy with themselves?
They won't be single now. Now that she's engaged, they will all get engaged.
Oh God, men do not fall for this trap.
They're all
There's-
going to turn to Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2. Just go about their day all happy and
Gonna
smiling.
be like the Moonies.
Men, we are under attack. We are under attack.
What?
Taylor Swift got engaged.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cassie doesn't give a shit.
I was gonna say it's Cassie.
Did you hear?
What?
Taylor Swift got engaged.
With who? That
It's the savant's husband.
Tell me about it.
What's up?
Taylor Swift got engaged.
Congratulations.
Hear what?
Talladega Nights over here.
Engaged.
What? No.
Well, last guy for you, dude.
Fuck. No.
That would have been me. Oh man.
What?
Did you hear?
What?
Hear what?
T Swift got engaged.
I could give a fuck less. Couldn't care.
What's up, bro?
You said Taylor Swift got engaged?
Who?
Taylor Swift?
Who?
Engaged?
Yeah.
Okay. To who?
What Kendrick Lamar do?
What?
To who?
Travis Kelce.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Fuck the Chiefs.
What?
Did you hear?
Hear what?
Taylor Swift got engaged.
Who gives a fuck?
He really is angry ass Paul.
Just letting everybody at the office know you're gay.
Yeah, exactly right. Taylor Swift got engaged.
I don't give a fuck.
So
yeah.
And
I'm with that
that's
guy.
The thing. That's the thing. The people who are so crying and recording themselves, why? Why do you even care? Why is it so important for you? You're not getting invited. You're not going to go. You're not going to be the flower girl. You're not going to present the ring. You're not going to descend from the clouds to sprinkle them with flowers like Meghan Markle. Why do you care? It doesn't affect you. And get the effect a ti, as my mom would say. And how does this affect you? How does this matter to you? You can wish them well, fine. That you don't wish it. I don't wish it on anyone. But for you to cry and to like, oh, if she can do it, I can do it. You always could do it. You don't need to depend on this woman to go and find someone. Just take those damn ears off and just try to be rational. Oh, good grief!
You think they'll sell tickets for this, like in theaters, like Phantom events or whatever?
They should host this at Arrowhead. I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure we played a video not too long ago about a bunch of Taylor Swift fans singing in a movie theater, and we were very annoyed by it. I feel like that's like a PTSD memory I suppressed in my brain that just popped back up.
No, yes, that was when her film, her concert film premiered, and people were dancing and crying and on their knees worshiping, and I thought it was really deranged, and it is.
And like I said, don't fall for this trap because now all these yentas are going to want to go out there and try to get engaged because Taylor Swift is engaged. And then here's the problem: the second that she breaks up, which given her track record is likely going to happen, they're going to want to break up with you too. Their entire life revolves around Taylor Swift. Avoid an abort mission.
Yeah, if you're a football player, be on your best behavior, gentlemen.
Yeah. Maybe men need to start carrying mace. Like I know that's not like a thing that we kind of look down upon. Maybe in this particular instance, mace will probably be a rather reasonable form of defense. So,
if only the Beatles had mace, we could have solved the whole British invasion.
Yeah, right. If only someone had maced Yoko Ono in the face.
Exactly.
Look,
saved everything.
When she's singing on stage and she starts like caterwauling there, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the thought that went through Paul's head. He's like, anything. Just let me throw something heavy at her.
No, you don't understand. I love her.
We're going to have a run on Kelce jerseys and all the women are going to buy the season seats for the Chiefs because her
Do they-
fiance is there.
Yeah, so they're gonna make they're gonna make Swifty jerseys for the Chiefs. Are they gonna have like a thing? Does she get to keep jersey money? Does she get because she's gonna sell more jerseys than her husband is?
Her fiance, they're not married yet.
Well, I'm giving them hope. I actually am happy. I'm happy they're engaged and everything. I like it when people are married.
Curtail the enthusiasm insofar as that they're just engaged. We've seen people who have been engaged for many, many years and ultimately they do not actually marry. So we don't know. And again, I mean, I'm fine. I mean, I wish them well. Have a happy life together. I don't care. But that's the thing. You shouldn't care unless you are related to them or are intimate friends, and I mean intimate friends, not fans, not people who go and cry when you hear "Shake It Off." Then you really should just focus on your life. Just don't. Enough. Grow up. Grow up.
Get off my lawn.
You hear that, Swifties? Rick told you to grow up.
Yes.
Grow up.
Grow up.
And take those damn ears off of your head. You're not going to attract any man if you look like you just escaped from an
It's not for them, Rick. It's not for them. Okay, it's not for the men.
Well, who's it for? It's for the furries?
It's for keeping her hair back, keeping her hair on her head.
It's about these women living their best life or whatever the fuck, bullshit.
That is not. If that is their best life, they need to re-examine their life.
They're on the right side of history.
Rick, these are okay. These are women, young women and not so young women who, they want to fall into the fantasy of that Taylor Swift is selling them, and I can't even tell you what that is. I mean, other than her track record of like boyfriends and shit. It's like, okay, I get it. You loved and it didn't work out and you're sad, but you're not gonna stay sad because you're an empowered woman or something.
Mm-hmm.
Look, listen to me. I have never been able, whatever. Too much information. Been able to get over a fucking breakup. Okay, it takes years of not hating myself, and then after 7 years, then I'm good. Then it's like, okay, I still hate myself, but it's fine. That's the key, women. You have to like hate yourself enough to want to change, to want to be better. But first, you have to actually examine what your flaws are, and that's not really your strong suit. So I say, good luck. Good luck.
I like Rob version of "Shake It Off" better.
Just become a monk for 7 years,
right?
And just examine all of your mistakes, and then just silently beat yourself, with them. And then after that period of time, you can start again.
I like how Rob.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is this world? What have they done to us? What did they do to us?
I like how Rob went to 50 Shades of Grey right off the bat.
As every day that passes, that whole "what have they done to us" just becomes like more and more potent. Well, letting you guys know, this may or may not be the last time we do the Barroom podcast.
I'm not laughing at that.
Just standing up for bald girls everywhere.
Just so you guys know, there will not be a Barroom next week. I will be out of town. I'm going to the West Coast all week next week, so there will not be a show next Tuesday night. So do not show up because we will not be here. I will be back in 2 weeks, which I believe is the 16th. Yeah, I'll be back on the 16th. And then we'll have another episode then. Yeah. So no show next week. Enjoy your week off. I'm gonna be out doing stuff on the West Coast, and then, like I said, hopefully
you're gonna try to find out who shot Biggie.
No, we already know who shot Biggie. It was Diddy. Diddy did it. So yeah, that's what we got coming up there. So like I said, I'll be out there trying to have a good time. We'll see what happens there. Just sidebar, if I do in fact get raptured, please do not believe the lie that the aliens did it. The aliens did not do it. Just want to make sure that's very, very clear that I have that on record beforehand. So outside of that,
did you?
Yeah, right. It was the Swifties with their magic wands. and then their witch spells. Let's go ahead and sign off and get out of here. Let's start with this cackling woman right here. Rick, what do you got coming up?
What I got coming up is getting new tires, first off. That's what I need. And starting more reviews of recent films. I just published one for the Venetian Scheme. I've got reviews also to do for Relay. I still need Jurassic World. And I just saw Weapons, so I'll be reviewing that one as well. So really, I actually liked it. And I didn't think it was...
Yeah, of course you did.
Well, let's see, compared to Sinners, it's better. So I'll just say that much. And so that's it. More reviews coming up, and hopefully new tires before this week is out. And avoiding ice. And avoiding ice. I have to avoid ice in El Paso.
Ice, baby. Doom, 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 doom. Vanilla. Ice. No one? Okay. Well, no. Yep. Eddie, you got...
What did I do this week? I don't know. I did a bunch of thrift shopping actually all week. I've been buying like a bunch of tchotchkes and things like that and try to open an online store.
You sure you went to Swift shops, not thrift? Swift.
That's gonna get in my head all night now.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Thanks, Rob or Rick.
Whoever
Anyway,
you are.
wish everyone, you're both white to me. So everyone, have a good week. I was gonna say something earlier, but I started borrowing a body earlier, so I couldn't bring it up. Later.
Right.
All right then, Rob.
Hello. Football's back, so that means my movie watching is probably going to take a little bit of a hit. Luck day for the most part. So, I'll still be watching movies. Follow me over my Twitter. I was supposed to go see Darren Aronofsky's new movie with Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz. I didn't this past weekend, so I'll probably be checking that out. And then I've got a bunch of movie, like Regal has this movie masterpieces program they're doing with a classic film each day, so I will definitely be going to that throughout the month of September. And then Paul Thomas Anderson has a new movie coming out at the end of September, so I will be watching all of his movies from Hard 8 all the way through Licorice Pizza. So you can follow me over my Twitter for that this month. And then on Friday I am starting I guess a new podcast, or at least a variation off of my old one, which is just going over all the movies I watched throughout the course of the week and just talking about them. That seems pretty simple and easy enough thing to do. And I just enjoy being able to do it, to talk about movies, to engage with what little audience there is that shows up. But it's fun. It's what I like to do. So look for that on Friday. I don't know, around 3:00 Eastern time. See you then. Bye.
All right. Cider.
Bounding is talking about Power Rangers still. Good luck.
That's it. That's what you got.
Yep.
All right then. Letting you guys know what I got coming up. Like I said, I'm gonna be gone for the next week. Sunday to Sunday, I'll be in and out of airports and doing a whole bunch of things. So I already pre-taped this coming Sunday's episode of the Bible Lens. I'm gonna tape one more episode, so I'll have 2 episodes in the 2 weeks that I am gone. So Bible Lens for the next 2 weeks will not be live. They will be pre-recorded. I'll get those out and ready to go. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about doing something maybe Friday or Saturday, since there won't be a ballroom this week, but I'll have to see who's available and whatnot. Then got to figure out what we're going to do. So that's just basically the update. And like I said, the next time you'll see me here on this show will be in 2 weeks in case the world goes to hell. So outside of that, I want to thank all of you guys for joining me here for tonight's episode. All of you guys in the chat. We will see you in 2 weeks, hopefully. And then until then, adios, goodbye, and good night. Outro time. But where's the outro? Oh, here it is. Bye-bye.
Okay. Oh.
Making your way through the daily grind takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to tune away? All those nights when you're feeling low, the rent is overdue, and your coffee maker's broken, your luck just seems to skew, and your boss is always on your case. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody everybody knows your name. Roll out of bed and you feel the dread. The morning's looking bleak. The morning's and your internet is down again. You haven't slept all week, and your car just broke down on the way. Be glad there's a place online where you can feel at ease. In the Barroom Podcast, friends, we share our thoughts and teas. Every story shared, every laugh so free. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. So here's to the moments we all hold dear. In this barroom of the airways with friends so near. Every story shared, every heartfelt cheer. It's more than just a podcast, it's where we steer.
I still don't feel like I know how to shoot these things.